We are different, everyone has. We are zone devil fruit and you are paramecia devil fruit, we are different. Your physical strength is not at the same level as ours, let alone speed. In the early stage, zone devil fruit is really fragrant. In the later stage, paramecia devil fruit is really fragrant. You have to gain something, you can't have both, or you can eat logia devil fruit, but later, some people say that dogs don't eat mera fruit. As you can imagine, logia devil fruit is not a good fruit either. Relatively speaking, it cannot be forced. They have already eaten devil fruit and cannot change it. A person can only eat one devil fruit, and if he eats the second one, something big will happen. Not everyone is a Blackbeard with the special ability to eat 2 devil fruits, or even 3. Given the established facts, you can only grit your teeth and go on. The future is long, and there are many things that you cannot predict. Hancock endured it, she gritted her teeth and endured her sister's ridicule, she really wanted to slap them both in the face. Feng Shui takes turns, sisters, soon my sister will be able to improve her strength. When the time comes, there will be a place for you to cry. Humph. With a cold snort, it was Hancock's last pride. Sonia and Gorid giggled, and they continued to attack their sister. Flanking left and right, the brute force is scary. At such a young age, their strength surpasses that of ordinary adults. Zone devil fruit is so pervert in the early stage, the increase is too much. At one time, Hancock wondered if he had eaten the wrong devil fruit. He should eat a zone devil fruit like his sisters. Sister, are you tired? Do you want to take a break? Sonia comforted her sister tenderly, and if she was tired, she could rest for a while. Don't care, don't be sad. We are sisters, there is no winning or losing, and there is no such thing as winning or losing. It's just lunch. If you don't eat a meal, you won't die. Sister, come, sit down and rest for a while, my sister will find you something to eat. The two kept making Hancock stop and rest. Hancock was very distressed and wanted to run, they kept saying this in their ears. Not tired, she had the idea of rest in her heart. Terrible thought, isn't it? Gerudo dissuaded. Sister, don't worry, I will save some for lunch, you don't have to worry. Sonia then said, we will leave some for you each, so you don't have to go hungry. The two were really her good sisters. All the time, not thinking about her. I blamed them by mistake, breakfast was just an accident. Sonia, Garud, you. Touched, my good sister, it's great to have you. So she sat down and rested for a while. Just for a while. Grodd and Sonia disappeared, and they ran forward quickly. On the second lap, they caught up with their sister. That speed is really fast. It's not that they are fast, it's that Hancock is slow. Stop and rest, the road ahead will be more difficult for her. When your heart feels tired, you are already tired. 3 laps, it might be tough. Gorid and Sonia completed 3 laps and they reached the finish line. And sister, there is still a lap to run. Slow movements, tired of her, changed her previous pride. No one pities her, no one helps her. You have to go your own way. Granny Nu didn't expect that Garud and Sonia were so strong that they completed the task ahead of schedule. Their strength is underestimated, at least for now. Very well, you two have done well, beyond my expectation. Chen Qingtian gave them a hammer, and said viciously, I don't like others running with devil fruit ability, understand? The two held back tears, wanted to cry, but couldn't cry. Granny Niu felt distressed and did not dare to step forward to stop her. Chen Qingtian continued. Now, you have 2 choices, either you don't eat lunch, or you run around again. You can't use the ability of devil fruit, do you understand? Choose, 2 little sisters. You dare to be lazy in front of Chen, do you think I won't do anything to you? The body is your own, and exercising your body is to improve your foundation and upper limit. Using devil fruit is not the same, it will seriously hinder their exercise. The stronger the body itself, the stronger the increase of devil fruit. Many people eat zone devil fruit instead of exercising their bodies. They use the improvement brought by devil fruit to improve themselves, and never improve themselves. The growth of devil fruit alone is limited, and only when you become stronger can you become stronger. Sonia. I was wrong, teacher. Grodd. I was wrong, teacher. The two are very obedient, and they have to admit when they are wrong. They cannot use the devil fruit ability, which is equivalent to the same as the older sister. But they must be better than my sister, physical strength, they are not bad. It's just another lap, not a big problem. The two ran away, chasing after the sister in front. Granny Nu knew that Chen Qingtian had his reasons for doing so. They're still kids. Chen Qingtian said without hesitation, children's plasticity is the highest. The foundation should be laid from an early age, and they should not be allowed to be lazy and play tricks. People. Once you slack off, it's hard to work hard. The three of them started higher than others, that's all. For many people, they started low. 3 people, some time wasted. The foundation is not well laid. Chen Qingtian pays attention to the foundation and must build a good foundation for them. The deeper the foundation, the higher the ceiling. Don't think that after eating devil fruit, you are naturally superior to others. There are many strong people in the world, countless, and many people rely on their own strength to reach the peak. Needless to say, everyone knows the importance of gymnastics. There are almost no people who rely on devil fruit to reach the top. Even that Kazarugai is not bad at physical skills. After listening to Granny Nu, she fell silent. She ignored a lot of thoughts and entered a dead end. Chen Qingtian said, although devil fruit's ability is good, you can't forget your own training. Your own strength is the strongest. When a person's body is trained to be very strong, you will be unrivaled. Chen Qingtian raised his hand, facing the void a little bit. It seems that the sky is quiet. An aura emanated from his body. The powerful momentum permeated the entire island in an instant, and the beast trembled. Everyone, at this moment, felt death. Grandma Nu looked at Chen Qingtian in shock, only seeing his fingers touching the ground. Push lightly and get into the dirt. Then, the ground was about to split open. A huge crack suddenly appeared. A horrified scene appeared in front of her eyes. Grandma Nu opened her mouth wide. Is this something human can do? See, when a person's strength reaches ultimate, he can change his surroundings at will. As long as the old man puts in a little effort, this island can't bear it. Pulling out his fingers, Chen Qingtian raised his foot, and it landed gently. The ground wriggled. The cracked earth gradually healed. If there were no traces on the ground, Grandma Nu thought that what happened in front of her was a dream. The guards who heard the sound also witnessed this scene. Everyone was shocked in place. They felt threatened and came to protect the 3 sisters and Granny Nu. Unexpectedly, they saw the moment when Chen Qingtian made a move. One finger almost tore 9 Snakes Island apart. Crack the ground, heal, all in the blink of an eye. They froze in place, not knowing what to do. Grandma Nu asked them to go back to their posts and continue to protect 9 Snakes Island. After the guards left, Granny Nu was still in shock. Can one person's strength really reach this level? Of course it is possible. The simplest is the swordsman. Their strength has reached the level of a swordsman, and the damage they cause is stronger than this. A random sword can split your 9 Snakes Island in 2. Do you think it's scary? Manpower is unlimited. When you know how to use chi, your attack will become different. Take Hawkeye as an example. His slashing is very strong, leaving 9 Snake Island is nothing to him. All swordsmen can do a lot of things, and they cannot be speculated by common sense. Powerful monsters can do it too. For Teacher Kaido, a breath of dragon can turn the whole island into ruins. Not to mention that Whitebeard guy, with a few bangs, Hydra Island is gone. All in all, there are many things you haven't seen before, and destroying an island is a trivial matter for the strong. Grandma Nu was shocked and asked, are they really so terrifying? The news seen in the newspaper is always news. Without seeing it with her own eyes, Granny Nu couldn't imagine that scene. What you see is just the tip of the iceberg. Their strength is beyond your imagination. Just like a country bumpkin, he has never seen a big man. Grandma Nu lived on 9 Snakes Island, and rarely went out, and seldom contacted the outside world. At most, they subscribe to newspapers and rely on newspapers to observe the world. There are a lot of one-sided things, some battles, they just know, never know the specific details. Too horrible. Granny Nu was shocked again. Her 3 views have been changed. The world is really big. There are many things she doesn't know, not because they don't exist, but because she has never seen them. In the forest, thinking that her own Hancock was left, she continued to run. Her feet were so tired that she couldn't lift them up, so she continued to run. 3 laps is a difficult challenge for her. It is bound to succeed and cannot be underestimated by the old man. Come on, work hard, Hancock, you can do it. Don't be influenced by the younger sisters, they have the blessing of Zone Devil Fruit, you don't. Your own strength is your own, come on, Hancock. Keep running, no complaints. I know my strength is weak, so I have to exercise. Meta teacher, she cannot let the teacher down. The foundation is the premise of everything. The upper limit is determined by the basis. 1-2-1. 1-2-1. 1-2-1. Adjust your breathing and regain control of your rhythm. Breathe and follow the rhythm. Her pace was slow, but she regained her rhythm. Just keep running and she'll get the job done. Elder sister. Sister, wait for us. There seemed to be a voice coming from behind. Looking back, Hancock saw 2 figures looming. Taking a closer look, Two figures appeared behind him, and they were chasing after him. It's the younger sisters. Didn't they complete the task? Why keep running? Could it be to accompany me? Impossible. The two of them are not so kind, there must be something wrong. I can't wait for them, I have to speed up, I want to run ahead of them both. Can't wait for them, only fools wait. Walking ahead by myself, it is impossible to stay for them. The two in question, the situation in question, where something must have happened that she didn't know about. The three of them were frightened by Chen Qingtian's aura, and the rhythm was out of order. Regaining control of the rhythm, the momentum at that moment suppressed Sonia the most. The more they resist, the stronger the suppression. Can't use Devil Fruit's ability. The physical strength of the two is stronger than that of Hancock, and it will be very tiring to run more laps. They didn't dare to use the Devil Fruit ability secretly, and the old man was watching them from a distance. There was a little change, and he could accurately perceive it. Terrible old man with perceptions all over the island. Sister, wait for us. Sister, slow down, we will run with you. Seeing their sister, the two did not stop, but accelerated instead. She must have figured out the problem. Damn it, my sister is too smart to be fooled. Sonia said. Grud, you speed up and chase after sister. In terms of speed, the Cobra must be faster. The younger sister is faster than her, so she can stop her. Sister Sonia, my sister will go. Grodd understood that it was about the two of them's lunch at this moment, so he didn't dare to delay. The elder sister is the person they are targeting together. The alliance cannot be destroyed for the time being. The two of us have been bullied a lot before, so we have to stick together no matter what. Grodd accelerated forward, and her short legs quickly caught up with Hancock, walking in front of Hancock, blocking her sister's progress. The speed slowed, Hancock moved side to side, and the sister followed. Just intercept her, and Hancock's speed will naturally slow down. This caused Sonia behind to catch up, and the three of them came together again. Sonia smiled and said, Thank you sister for waiting for me. HMPH. Hancock said angrily, if it wasn't for Garud, I wouldn't have waited for you. What happened to you two? Why did you run around again? Unlike your style, there is only one answer, that is, the two of them were beaten by the old man. Glancing at their heads, they could vaguely see the traces of being beaten. Sister, don't rush to laugh at us, your situation is not good, Garud laughed. She walked beside and squeezed her sister hard. Almost, Hancock hit the street. Sonia next to him also squeezed Hancock hard, both left and right together, and the two squeezed Hancock. They are not as strong as them, they can't beat them, they can only be bullied. Angry Hancock wants revenge, but he can't beat it. The two sisters are too insidious, and their alliance is unbreakable. Sister, enjoy being behind. Sister, let's take a step first, you can run slowly. The two laughed and abandoned their sister. They came from behind, and even if they ran around again, they were still a little faster than their sisters. Hancock gritted his teeth and chased after her. After a little distance, the two of them stumbled and attacked her. Hancock fell behind again. How many times she moved forward, how many times they blocked. The two took turns holding her back from letting her pass them. The front is the two of them. Sister, you can only follow behind and eat their smoke and dust. Ahead is the end. Three people, work together. The power accumulated in the front area is released at this moment. Hancock exerted strength, Sonia and Grodd exerted strength together, and they crossed the finish line side by side. Hancock at the end, she crossed the finish line and lay flat on the ground, gasping for breath. The one who was behind was her sister Hancock. Sonia and Garud crossed the finish line together. The two of them had planned ahead of time. Obviously, they would not make it easier for their sister. There is no way, who made you a sister? Sonia. Thank you sister for letting us. Without my sister would not have achieved what she is today. Garud. Thank you, sister, I love you, sister. Two people came over to mock Sister Hancock. Dear sister, why are you lying on the ground? The ground is dirty, get up quickly, sisters pull you up. The younger sister likes the older sister, and the older sister is in trouble, of course the younger sister must help the older sister. Who made you our dear sister? If you don't help me, who can we help? Hancock. She didn't think about it, the two bastard sisters obviously had bad intentions, and their purpose was not pure. It's fine to squeeze yourself, and in the end, you have to push yourself back. As a result, she was the last one again, and just like in the morning, they teamed up to bully themselves. Hancock is now a dumb eater of Coptis chinensis, unable to tell what he is suffering. Sister. How can you doubt us? We are your dear sister, come on, get up. Sonia said with a smile. Sister. I can't bear my sister lying on the ground, it's too dirty, it doesn't fit your status as a sister. Grodd said, "Sister, get up quickly." Hancock was dubious, took their hands and stood up. The two lead her to the lunch table, where they sit and Hancock stands. Sonia said, "Sister, you have to take a good look at how my sister cooks. Sister who picks her feet, we run one more lap, and we are faster than you. We have already let you, but what about you? You are not strong enough. Who is to blame? You can only blame yourself for not being strong enough. You deserve to be bullied by your sister. But, we are your dear sisters, how can we see you have nothing to eat? Come on, sister, have a bite of food. Give you a bite of food, sister, don't say that sister doesn't love you." Hancock. "All right, Sonia, give me the food you put in your mouth. What do you mean? Do you think your sister will eat your saliva? Who do you look down on? Proud Hancock will not eat such a disgusting meal." Garud complained about Sister Sonia. How could she do this? So she also gave him a bite of food. "This mouthful of rice is a little too much, 1 grain of rice. No more, no less, exactly 1 grain of rice. Do you want to eat? My dear sister, I have seen you swallowing. Do you really want to eat? Come here, my sister will give you something to eat. You don't need to be polite with your sister. This is what a sister should do." Sister Hancock, eat quickly. Hancock. Don't want to talk, 2 sisters, they are playing with themselves. Sisterhood is, at the moment, more plastic than plastic. She had nothing to say, turned around and sat on the ground. A sulky life, damn it, no breakfast, no lunch. She was very hungry, there was nothing she could do, she was weak and could not compare to her younger sister. It's disgusting, it's nothing at all, but the younger sisters keep provoking her, which is very annoying. Mouth bulging, mouth pouting. Too cute. The young Hancock is already a beautiful woman, very good looking. The cute little sister, acting angry, added a different beauty. Granny Niu worried. Is nothing wrong? They are still children, and they will not survive without eating. Exercising. How can you not eat? If you don't eat a meal, you will feel hungry. At this age, it is time to eat a lot, and grow up, especially Hancock, who is thin, she can't starve to death. Don't worry, for them, it's normal not to eat a day, don't say 1 meal or 2. If you want to eat, you have to rely on your strength to fight for it. Every day is the same. There is always someone who has no food. Hancock wants to eat, yes, if she beats the other 2, she can eat of course. Strength is fundamental. Without strength, let alone eating, life and death cannot be controlled by yourself. The outside world is even more cruel. It's not that Chen Qingtian is ruthless, but he does it on purpose. Let them understand the importance of strength, and at the same time arouse their upward hearts. Salted fish is not the way out. Train hard to control yourself. Granny Nu wanted to say something more, but she glanced at the 3 sisters and stopped talking. Since Chen Qingtian has his reasons, he should not intervene. I am just a bystander, responsible for watching, not for meddling. How to train is Chen Qingtian's business. For lunch, Hancock had nothing to eat. The 2 younger sisters were very heartless, and they didn't dare to give their elder sister a bite. The old man was watching. If the 2 of them have nothing to eat, it will be a tragedy. After eating and drinking enough, they apologized in front of their sister. Sonia. Sister, I'm sorry, we don't want to starve you either. Gerudo. If the teacher hadn't said that I couldn't share it with you, my sister would have given half of it to you. Hancock darkened. You can make excuses, my stupid sister. Whether there is a teacher or not, you will not give it to me. Everyone knows your Sima Zhao's heart. HMPH, Sonia, Garud, Feng Shui turns around. I will pay back the shame you gave me today. Don't think that if you beat me now, you can always beat me. I will surpass you soon, when the time comes, you wait for revenge. Sonia patted her chest and said, Oh, I'm so scared, sister, I'm so scared, can you stop revenge on me? Garud also pretended to be afraid. I'm also very scared, sister, woohoo. Then, the 2 laughed. Ha ha, ha ha. Sister, you're going to laugh me to death. It's impossible for you to surpass the 2 of us now. As long as the 2 of us exist for a day, it will be difficult for you to surpass us. During this time, you should accept the care of your sisters. My stupid sister, you have to be clear, you are now a weakling, the target of the 2 of us. Does your threat to us mean that you want to go to war with us? If we were you, we would stick around forever, without absolute strength, we would not talk nonsense. It's not to make yourself unhappy, no, my sister, you are too young. The 2 of them liked seeing their sister angry, but they couldn't do anything about them. Sister, you look so funny now. I just like to see you want to beat us up, but you can't help us, ha ha ha. Ha ha ha, sister, you are so cute. The 2 laughed and mocked their sister to their heart's content. I'm sorry, sister, if I don't mock you now, maybe you will mock us in the future. Hancock. You just wait for me, one day, I will make you regret it. Very annoying. Damn Sonia and Grodd, I, Hancock, will have my revenge. A month later. Some kingdom. Drago walked in the strange kingdom on foot, and along the way, the flames of war raged. The years have scratched a few marks on his face, and at a young age, he is no longer the boy he was then. Wearing a cloak, covering the body, revealing a pair of eyes full of sadness. Bending down, touching the earth. Grabbing a handful of soil, breathing in the soil affectionately, a trace of sadness flickered on his face. Ahead, fighting broke out, a bloody battle broke out. In the air, there was a faint smell of blood. Go forward and enter a village. He saw a few figures in the raging fire. Several people surrounded a man, a tall man, with many corpses lying beside him. The village was engulfed in flames. The dead villagers were hanging from trees, lying on the ground, with broken hands and legs, separated corpses, and some fell in pools of blood. There are traces of torture on their bodies. Eyes widened, full of fear. It's like hell on earth. That man was covered in blood. He stretched out his hand, grabbed the man next to him, lifted him up, and crushed his head ruthlessly. Bloodthirsty, he rushed towards the others, like a wolf entering a herd of sheep. In the blink of an eye, the others all died. After killing someone, he sat on the ground. His eyes were red with tears. Staring at the village in front of him, he watched quietly. Sitting like this for an hour, he didn't get up or move. Pious, he stared blankly at the village burned by the fire. The flame came to his feet, and he didn't respond. Drago stepped forward, and the flames blew out. It's raining. The pattering rainwater hit their bodies. Drago came up to the man, and he stretched out his hand. The man didn't look at Drago. He didn't want to care about strangers. The two, knowing that each other is not a bad person, can see everything with one look. He is sitting. Drago waited. After a long time, the flames burned out. The village is left with scorched earth. The man stood up, and walked out of the village. Kneeled down on the ground, head, and hit the ground heavily. It took 3 in a row before he stood up. Drago came to his side and said, do you want to come with me? Some things, don't need to ask, don't ask. The dead are pirates and robbers. And those who were killed were villagers. The man, maybe from the village, or maybe. Here, Sengoku swirls. Drago stretched out his hand, wanting to find a partner. Where are you going? The tall man turned around, and under the fierce back was a sturdy appearance. On the top of the head, wearing a cute hat. He, standing here, is so overwhelming that you can't breathe. I don't know, we will go wherever we need me. Man, pause. He looked at the man suspiciously and asked, what is your purpose? He doesn't want to follow people with bad intentions, and he doesn't want to go with people who have different ways. As the saying goes, different ways do not conspire with each other. Drago took off his hat, stretched out his hand and said, for the greatest and most magnificent cause in the world. What is it? The man wondered. Drago thought for a moment, and he looked forward. His eyes became different. At this moment, he said seriously, the most precious thing for each of us is life. Everyone has only one life. After a pause, Drago saw a change in the way the man looked at him. He continued. Everyone has only one life. A person's life should be spent in this way. When he looks back on the past, he will not regret for wasting his years, nor be ashamed of doing nothing. In this way, when he is dying, he can say. At this point, Dorag paused again. He who has already controlled people's hearts knows how to arouse people's interest. We cannot waste our time, nor should it be idle. We are born to do what we want to do. At this moment, we have common ideals, despair of this world, and disappointment of marine. We have to use our own way to change this bad world. My whole life and all my energies are dedicated to the most magnificent cause in the world, the struggle for the liberation of mankind. The most magnificent cause of mankind, liberation. Liberate human beings. We were born free and equal. Our lives should be in our own hands, not in the hands of others. We are tired of war. The common people are the most miserable people, and they need someone to lead them to a world of freedom and equality. And they are the pioneers. Those who walk in the front bring hope to all living beings behind. Do you want to complete this great cause with me? Reach out. Invite. Men, take off your hat. He was moved. He found the organization. He is no longer alone. Maybe, he used to be tyrannical and impulsive. At this moment, he chose to be impulsive again. Not for anything else, just for this man's words. I, Bartholomew Kuma, would like to walk with you. Let's go see the world together. Let's fight them together. The struggle of all mankind, the liberation of all mankind, requires us to do it. Do it without complaint and regret, and be a pioneer. I, Monkey D. Drago, will not let you down. Two people shake hands. At this moment, they have hope. The front is difficult, but they still have to break through. Even if they were smashed to pieces, they moved forward resolutely. The light is just ahead. A single spark can start a prairie fire. 9 Snake Island. The 3 sisters are fighting. They are still the same as before. The 2 sisters attack the elder sister together. The older sister was the target of bullying before, but today, the older sister is able to resist the 2 of them. They fought back and forth, at least not someone who was being bullied all the time. Hancock raised her feet, little her, so beautiful, so graceful. They are all so charming now, but when they grow up, they will be fine. Sonia, Garud, have you ever been kissed by Fragrant? Feet up. The long gray legs contained a murderous aura. Today, Hancock is showing off the results of her workout. These days, I have been bullied. Now, the opportunity has come. She is going to turn over and become the master. 2 sisters, you have to try the smell of fragrance. Perfume femur. Rush over, fast, running these days is not useless. The speed, attack power, and physical strength of the 3 sisters have been raised to a higher level. Lift 1 foot falls. His right foot hit Sonia's arm, and Sonia flew out with a whoop. Grodd next to him, aiming at the opportunity to attack his sister, Hancock turned around, avoided the attack, and raised his right foot. Sister Garud, enjoy your sister's love. Perfume femur. With 1 kick, it hit Grodd hard on the neck. Grodd flew out and hit the big tree. The 2 younger sisters flew out one after another, and no one could escape her sister's love. 1 foot for a sister, 1 bite for a darling. The 2 were kicked by the elder sister in different positions, and the kicked positions were all petrified. Part of petrification. Perfume femur's power lies in the power of petrification, not attack power. Once the body is petrified, it will become very brittle, and the next kick may shatter the body. Hancock folded his hands and said with a sneer, "Dear sister, do you want to continue? It's not that my sister doesn't love you, but you are persecuting my sister. These days, the 2 of you have targeted my sister too much, and my sister doesn't want to treat you like this. Poor sisters, you are going to be petrified, are you happy?" Letting out a bad breath, Hancock was very happy, feeling uncomfortable being targeted and disgusted by being excluded. At this moment, the release is over. She smiled and looked at her 2 younger sisters. They stood up and shook their bodies. Their faces were full of shock. The kicked position is petrified and unable to move. Even if there is only a little bit, there are not many places. Petrified. This is a scary place. They know that once they are all petrified, they will die. How is it possible? Sonia looked at the petrified part. She couldn't believe it. The elder sister's ability does not need to be confused to petrify. The 2 of them should be immune. How could they be tricked? Petrochemical, do not fake. They were really tricked. There was something wrong with my sister's feet. That kick made both of them fall for it, and they didn't need to be infatuated with their sister to fall for it. Grodd stood up in shock. His neck was stiff and he couldn't move normally. She twisted her neck, and there was a click, but it frightened her, so she stopped quickly, not daring to continue to move her neck. If it breaks, it won't come back together. Horror, shock, fear. The faces of the 2 changed again and again. They didn't expect their sister to comprehend a new move. Perfume femur. The strength of 1 foot plus the ability of devil fruit, invincible, okay? Their plan to torture their sister, it seems, is about to stop. Garud begged. Sister, you can't play tricks. How can you use the devil fruit ability? It was agreed that the devil fruit ability cannot be used. Neither of us can use it, and neither can you. You violated the rules. Quickly unlock the petrochemical for me. Hancock smiled slightly. My dear sister Garud, my sister didn't use the ability of devil fruit. It's a natural reaction of the body, and my sister can't control it. Devil fruit is too powerful for my sister to control. It broke out naturally. You can't blame sister. My sister doesn't want to use it either. Sorry, my dear 2 sisters. How are you doing? Sonia. Grodd. F*K. Sister, you lie without blinking. Your heart doesn't beat. Your face doesn't blush. You weren't like this before. You will not lie, let alone deceive us. Now, you have changed. Guzi, you have changed. Sonia asked the teacher for help. Teacher, my sister has used the devil fruit ability. Gerudo then said, that's right, teacher, you can't favor one person over another. My sister used the devil fruit ability, and she violated the rules. You have to punish her. Chen Qingtian picked her nose. She turned to Granny Nu and asked, does Hancock have the ability to use devil fruit? Granny Nu blinked, then shook her head. I didn't see it, is the old man dazzled? Sonia. Grodd. The two of them woke up. It wasn't that they couldn't use the devil fruit ability, it was the two of them who couldn't use it. Everything is clear, the two of them have been targeted. They stand by my sister, help my sister, and protect my sister. The poor two of them have been targeted all the time. Immediately, they became upset, and rebelled. Teacher, Granny knew. How can you be like this? You clearly agreed not to use the devil fruit ability. We used it, and punished the two of us. Sister, you actually treat it as a joke. Not. It's unreasonable. How can it be like this? Can you be fair? Fairness, justice, openness. What have you achieved? Didn't do anything. Hateful teacher and mother-in-law. Grandma Nu leaned on her crutches and said, Sonia, Garud, it's not that Grandma doesn't help you. It's true that Grandma didn't see Hancock using the devil fruit ability. She just kicked you, and then, you were petrified. Grandma, my old eyes are dim and I can't see clearly. Why don't you go on like this, the next step, and Grandma will watch carefully. It has to be said that Granny Niu is cunning, and she put aside her own relationship in just a few words. It was Hancock who hid it too deeply for them to see clearly. I can't blame them, you two fell down too quickly. Sonia and Garud were speechless. Could they find a more plausible reason? Grandma Nu has a reason, so, how about you, teacher? Chen Qingtian coughed. Actually, Granny Nu and I agree, so can you two do it again? Sonia. Grodd. Come on, the two of them are clearly on the sister's side. It's unreasonable to open your eyes and talk nonsense. Take the two of us as fools, Sonia said to her younger sister, Garud, Grud, let's try again. This time, we must leave them speechless. Garud nodded. I know, sister, they are too much, The two sisters were very upset, so why not help us? Is it really so important to look good? My sister is good looking, so I stand by her side. You two wait for me, we will convince you. The two endured the pain of petrification and continued to attack. Fight, sister, since you used the devil fruit ability, don't blame sister. The two were about to transform, when Chen Qingtian next to him interrupted. Ahem, it is forbidden to use the devil fruit ability here, two sisters, please don't break the rules. Teacher, I don't want to punish you. Don't look at the teacher. Rules are rules and cannot be broken. After speaking, he quietly looked at the two of them. Sonia and Grud were puzzled, and there were 10,000 complaints in their hearts, wishing to vomit Chen Qingtian to death. Why didn't you tell me when my sister used devil fruit? We're going to use, and you immediately come out and say how worried you are about us using the devil fruit ability. Damn it, the teacher made it clear to help my sister. It makes no sense. Unforgivable. How could they blatantly help sister? We are also his disciples, how can we be special? Don't you really have no privileges if you don't look good? It's so annoying. They were all confused by my sister. The two sisters were very angry and suspected that the older sister had confused them. Too damned to use the devil fruit ability. The two of them felt disgusted as if they had been fed a mouthful of shit. Aren't the two of us human beings? Don't you need love? A child who acts like a spoiled child is a good child. Sure enough, it is better for a woman to act like a spoiled child. They are jealous of their sisters, and eating a sweet paramecia devil fruit will make them stronger and increase their charm. Every move, every frown and smile is to seduce the eyes of others. No matter men or women, they can take all. As for her, she has already begun to show her charm. Although the younger sisters are immune, sometimes they will still be recruited. Sister, don't think that you can defeat us by using small tricks. My stupid sister, petrification, we were not prepared just now, you can't petrify us again. If you are sensible, unlock our petrification, otherwise, we can't guarantee whether we will be cruel. Why resist, stupid sister? The two of them each said a word, attacking the heart first. Start by putting pressure on you from your psychology, thus creating huge pressure and making you give up. The two of us got mad, and the consequences were severe. Sister, you'd better hug your head and surrender, otherwise, Sonia pressed forward, pumping her fist, her strength crackling bones. The very scary younger sister, Garud, is also staring at Hancock. Two lion majesties staring at a person, that feeling is terrible. The eyes of the two gradually tended to snake eyes, prismatic and terrifying. The skin on the body was gradually replaced by snakes. Strange feeling, weird giant snake, staring at a person, will never die. Hancock smiled coldly, she was no longer afraid of this feeling. He raised his feet and looked directly at the two of them. My dear sisters, tremble, you. My feet are dangerous. Are you ready to fight me? Today's sister is not yesterday's sister. My perfume femur, just for the two of you. Demonic abilities are useless in front of me. As long as you don't know armament hockey, her petrification ability is easy to recruit. Come on, sister. Fight, sister. Grodd and Sonya attacked together, flanking left and right. The two looked small, but their movements were not slow. For a frontal attack, they have to be careful of their sister's feet. As long as they avoid them, they can inflict serious damage on their sister. They beat their sister until they couldn't stand up, and they won naturally. The two cooperated tacitly and were proficient in fighting. The training these days had a great effect. Hancock is also proficient in dealing with them. With every movement, he knows where the attack is. Everyone has their own attack habits and their own skilled movements. Once muscle memory appears, the body will unnaturally follow the muscle memory. The frequency of trembling is the ability to explode between muscles. Fist and foot attacks, their strength is not very strong, relatively speaking, it is a child's fight. Chen Qingtian folded his hands, quietly watching the three sisters fighting together and wrestling. The battle between women is the most interesting. You see, they hit each other and started tearing their hair. Attacking the opponent's dangerous position, the attack is fierce and tricky. Even Chen Qingtian felt ashamed when he saw this. Is your fighting style so tough? Turning around to ask Granny Nu shook her head. No, the clansmen on Nine Snake Island are not so childish in fighting. Their fighting methods are a bit barbaric, but they won't be like this. I don't see it, their fighting is too inelegant, I have to educate them well. Granny Nu, who couldn't stand it anymore, decided to teach the three of them their fighting skills. You are now fighting, not fighting. Wrestling together, grabbing hair, pulling hair, then attacking the chest, and then there are some hidden places. Start, very ruthless. Women, once they become ruthless, there is no business for men. In the end, the three wrestled together. Hancock gets flanked, but she doesn't give up. One person, fighting two people. Grandma Nu couldn't stand it anymore, so she walked over and pulled the three of them away. Granny Nu, who was on crutches, looked ferocious and terrifying. Can you three fight well? Don't use those tricks, and don't fight like shrews. You are fighting, not fighting, nor cursing. Fighting should look like fighting. Look at the three of you, what are you looking like? Granny Nu was very angry. The way the three of them fought was too unsightly. Can you not play the same as before? You have finally changed, why do you have to be the same as before? One or two, gray-headed and gray-faced, I didn't know that I thought the old man would take you to play in the mud. Sonya said angrily. It's not because you are partial to sister, otherwise, we wouldn't use the trick. Garud continued, that's right, we are human beings, and we need to be cared for. It was you who did it wrong first, so why should you blame us? Mother-in-law, teacher, you two can't favor sister. Since the three of us are allowed to fight freely, we can't intervene. The two younger sisters have great opinions and cannot favor one person. The battle between their sisters, let them solve it themselves. If the ability of devil fruit cannot be used, it will be treated equally. Why can my sister use it? They were not convinced and wanted to fight the two of them to the end. Hancock raised her foot, and she smiled disdainfully after regaining her elegance. When you bullied my concubine, why didn't you say it? Without the increase of devil fruit, you two are nothing. Give you another 10 years, and you may not be able to win the concubine. I really thought I had no temper, but now that I have learned a new move, you guys are starting to make trouble. Do you think that concubine is easy to bully? Come on, concubine, let you know today what is concubine's anger. In a word, the three were silent. Sonya and Garud thought about it, and it seemed to be the case. But how can they admit it? HMPH, sister, we started using the devil fruit ability. Didn't we get punished by the teacher? Later, my sister Gerudo and I never used the devil fruit ability again, so don't slander us. Grodd said stiffly. That's right, we haven't used the devil fruit ability, but you, who keep using it. I'm not convinced. Why can you use it? We're also going to use the devil fruit ability, so let's use it together. Who wins and who loses depends on strength. Hancock bows his head. My own strength is not as good as them for the time being. If you use the devil fruit ability, you will be even more miserable. However, she will not give in. I don't have the ability to use devil fruit, so don't talk nonsense. As soon as these words came out, Sonya and Garud were dumbfounded. No way, sister, you still don't admit to such an obvious thing. Do you regard the two of us as fools, or the teacher and the others as fools? If you really want to say that, we have nothing to say. Women's fights are pretty scary. If you can't beat it, you have to stand on the moral high ground and give you a shot. If not, I will reason with you. I can't beat you in reasoning, sorry. I want to play a rogue, there is always something I can overcome. At present, the three sisters are like this. If you say that normal fighting is fine, then fight, it doesn't matter. But you use the benefits brought by devil fruit, but you are complaining about my ability to use devil fruit. Isn't this a joke? My perfume femur petrification is also passive, not an active skill. Since you are not convinced, let's discuss it together. Sonia blushed. How is it possible? If you say you are passive, you are passive. Who would believe it? This is too funny. If it gets out, who will believe it? Anyway, they don't believe it. Garud complained. Sister, we still have eyes to see if it is devil fruit ability. Don't try to slander us, and don't try to fool us. The two of us are a little silly, but we are not stupid. If you can believe this kind of words, what is the difference from a fool? Your sister, I just kicked you. The petrification is passively triggered after kicking you, and it is not under my control. Hancock continued. Just like your body, it is passively strengthened, not devil fruit's ability. Since you can enjoy passive abilities, why can't I? Come on. Let's talk about it. What's going on with your body? Is it devil fruit ability? Passive abilities are uncontrollable. Hancock seized this point and discussed with his sisters. Zone devil fruit will have a passive enhancement of physical fitness. Speed, recovery, defense, attack, and all kinds of strange passive abilities will all strengthen the body, which cannot be erased. Paramecia devil fruit also has passives. Obviously passives like Luffy's devil fruit will turn his body into rubber. It is a passive skill, the body, and the ability to appear rubber. Of course, we will talk about the sun god form later. There are also some passive abilities, which are very mysterious. Needless to say, Logia devil fruit is elemental and disgusting enough. In the early stage, it's really invincible. Okay, you can't hit it, immune to death, you can't hit it. If you don't know hockey, you can't fight Logia devil fruit. It's hard to beat Logia devil fruit without finding a weak spot. The most classic person is none other than old Shacklock Doll, a man who can make even Whitebeard hard steel, but lost to Luffy who can't hockey, and he is still in the old Shack's territory. It's just plot killing, there's no way to explain that. Sonia insisted on her point of view. Sister, you are messing around. Who doesn't know that Zone Devil Fruit's passive ability is passive and uncontrollable? My body becomes stronger. It's not up to me. How can you grasp this point? Isn't it because you have nothing to do and find something to do? Your sisters know whether your ability is passive. So, don't talk nonsense, our eyes are sharp. Garud pursed his lips. Sister Hancock, don't force yourself. Are you passive? You and I know, why bother? The two sisters don't believe Hancock's nonsense that petrification is an active skill. It is controlled by my sister, so it cannot be passive. Absolutely impossible. Hancock doesn't care, she doesn't care about these. You enjoy the dividends brought by devil fruit, and I am not allowed to enjoy it. How is it possible? If you want to fight, then fight. Scared of shit. Granny New asked curiously, brother, is what they said true? According to Granny New's understanding, passive and active are different, one can be controlled and the other cannot. The abilities of the three of them, which ones are passive and which ones are active, can be seen. At least the abilities used by both of Sonia are passive, the benefits brought by Zone Devil Fruit. Hancock, on the other hand, is an active skill. Obviously, petrification is an active skill, and it cannot be justified. Chen Qingtian rubbed his chin and said, generally speaking, that's correct, but Hancock's ability is different. Petrification depends on her heart. The attack move she comprehended may have its own petrification. It can be said to be active or passive, it depends on how you define it. After all, these are things that the user knows. You can't refute what she said, can you? This is very wise. No debunking, no explanation. You understand it yourself, I didn't say anything. It is neither recognized as an active skill nor a passive skill. Chen Qingtian's move is really perfect. Granny New rolled her eyes and talked for a long time, but she didn't say anything. A bunch of nonsense, and finally said alonely. Eh? Granny New asked again, is that a passive or an active skill? Chen Qingtian spread his hands. How'd I know, you ask Hancock. Come on, it's a big problem, a problem that can't be solved. The two of them couldn't give an accurate answer. Sonia and Grodman circled. No, can't you see it? Are you really fools? Speechless, puzzled, waved, resisted. It's useless, they are just spectators, and they are a referee by the way. I don't know if it's fair or not. Anyway, they collected black money. My stupid sister, tremble and be afraid, ah ha ha. Hancock threw her head back and laughed, her smug smile. He ruthlessly mocked his sister, did you see that? I defeated you with magic, and I will use your tricks too. Today, let's settle accounts. Garud laughed. Sister, do you think you are sure to win? Casually, spit out a mouthful of phlegm. The ground sizzled with poison. Sister, do you think it would be nice if I spit at you? Well, everyone uses magic. I'm not afraid of you, you'll petrify, I'll spit. It's not spraying poison, it's spitting. My throat feels uncomfortable. Spitting is normal. Hancock. No, you sprayed poison too much, it's obvious whether it's good or not. Sonia smiled and said, Sister Garud is just spitting, not spraying poison. This is a passive poison, and she doesn't want it either. Unable to control, no way, can only be regarded as passive. Garud laughed. Yes, Sister Sonia. I can't control my spit. My throat feels uncomfortable. Maybe I ate something wrong. Breakfast, very delicious, too greasy. So it's normal to have a sore throat and want to spit. Good guy, 3 people, 100 thoughts. The battle between them is a magical battle. It is not easy for outsiders to intervene. Teacher, mother-in-law, they are cheating. Hancock raised his hands to report the 2 younger sisters, they were cheating. It is obviously a poison spray, how can it be regarded as a passive skill? It was obvious at a glance that it was a lie. The venom spewed out, and they wanted to murder for money. You're not the only ones who can snitch, I can too. As an elder sister, how can she not lag behind her younger sister? What you have done, my sister can do better than you, this is a qualified sister. Even if it is a small report, it is not the case, either do not do it, or do the best. The pride of the Tsunere girl does not allow others to contend. Teacher, mother-in-law, don't you care about them? Spitting too much is not good, it will affect the image of civilization. On 9 Snake Island, we can't spit anywhere, let alone defecate anywhere. Speaking of civilization and establishing a new style, how can you mess around? What a woman standing on the moral high ground, condemning the 2 younger sisters, you 2 are not civilized. Spitting casually and hurting the flowers and plants is not good. The flowers and plants are so lovely and beautiful, how can you harm them casually? It's wrong to do this, sisters, you have to realize your mistakes and stop doing this kind of thing. Sister Sonia, you didn't spit, and my sister didn't say anything about you, but you can't defecate anywhere, it's very dirty. It's not right to do anything anywhere, whether you are outside or in your own home, you must pay attention to hygiene. You pull it once today, and once tomorrow. Over time, 9 Snake Island will become uninhabitable. Protecting our home is everyone's responsibility. You can't destroy the ecological environment, my stupid sister Sonia. Put a hat on you first, I don't care if you do it or not, even if you have this idea. Talk about civilization and establish a new style, how can you mess around? Our 9 Snake Island is a green island and cannot be destroyed. Sonia spread her hands. Did I say anything? I did not say anything. You're talking nonsense, I didn't defecate anywhere, don't slander, I'll sue you for slander. Don't talk nonsense about flowers, I will slander you. The shivering Sonia blushed, she didn't defecate anywhere, don't talk nonsense. Hancock ignored her and continued to educate. Everyone talks about hygiene, then the world will become very hygienic. It's not right for some people to defecate anywhere for their own convenience. Sister Garud, don't be like your sister Sonia, defecating everywhere. How embarrassing, go outside, don't say you are my sister. I don't have a sister who doesn't care about hygiene like you. Grodd. Sonia. Chen Qingtian. Granny Nu. Oh my goodness, is this still Hancock? It's not that she doesn't bother to say such things. Why, all of a sudden, there is such a big change. No reason, is she still the original? Granny Nu looked at Hancock curiously. She stood at the apex of morality and looked at the people below. The sisters were left speechless and unable to refute. She had already put on a winning gesture. Then, Hancock's head fell back, pointing at the 2 sisters. Here comes the classic pose. Empress Hancock's classic move, she defies everything. Wait, don't stain my eyes. Although the figure is not good, it did not develop well after that. The place that should be fat is fat, and the place that should be raised is raised. Flat Hancock, flat indeed. But her posture is really likable, and I can't hate it. Arrogance is a little arrogant, and you won't hate it. Sonia. Grodd. Granny Nu. The 3 of them saw this pose for the first time. It's hard to be thundered, no, what do you mean by that? Look down on us, damn it, sister, don't use your arrogant posture to face me. Very nasty. Still arrogant. As expected of you, you really figured out this movement on your own, and you don't need the old man to teach you. Chen Qingtian didn't expect Hancock to comprehend this classic movement so quickly, and thought he needed some pointers. That's good too, she figured it out by herself, saving him a lot of effort. But the 2 sisters are really miserable, being pointed at so arrogantly by the elder sister, and also put on the hat of spitting and defecating everywhere. The style of painting changed all of a sudden. Become very strange. Damn it, sister, don't talk nonsense. Sister, a liar, stay single all your life. The two sisters don't fall behind, they want to resist. She used all the vicious curses, she deserves to be a real sister. But all cousins may have to fight. HMPH, you dirty people are not qualified to talk to my concubine. It was the same action, the same arrogant tone. Finger, pointing at sister. That's right, it's her, Empress Hancock. Crazy, Sonia and Garud are going crazy, sister, to despise them. This is unreasonable and unforgivable. Sister Garud, come on. Sister Sonia, I can't stand it anymore. Grodd, who endured for a long time, was close to erupting. After getting her sister's order, she exploded. Sister Hancock, accept the punishment. Sister Hancock, sister is coming. Regardless of whether the two sisters are passive or not, magic is not magic anymore, they have to prove it with actions. Sister, you are still a weak chicken, you cannot be their opponent. Three people, fighting together again. Physical collision, not used by devil fruit ability. The three of them have a very tacit understanding, talk and talk, make trouble, don't use what should be used, and use what should be used. Ability combat is boring, it is better to directly collide with the body. Physical combat, pay attention to blood. When he punched, the blood flowed quickly, stimulating every inch of nerves in his body. Sister, fly out. Sister, I'm behind you. Sister, aren't you very arrogant? Go on. Sister, get up, let's continue fighting. Perfume femur. Perfume femur. 1 foot and 1 sister, no petrification. It's pure kicking skills, the two of them, the position being kicked is the petrified position. Hancock lifted their petrification, for fear of accidentally kicking the position of the petrification, but it would be troublesome. Once crushed, it is equivalent to waste. The two younger sisters felt their elder sister's thoughts, and they attacked more ruthlessly. Fighting with the strongest strength is the greatest respect for my sister. My stupid sisters, have you ever been kicked by the fragrance of my concubine's body? Wait. Do you know the smell of fragrance? The concubine's feet are very fragrant. Lifting his foot, a burst of aroma hit. Sonia stepped back, she knew that her sister's attack had come before her eyes. Take 3 steps back, right hand, make a fist, and block forward. It was too late to punch, and her sister's feet came before her eyes in a blink of an eye. She turned from offense to defense, clenched her fists with both hands, and blocked her neck. The neck cannot be kicked, and the body is thrown out 1 meter away. One can imagine how powerful this kick is. The little girl's attack cannot be underestimated. Worthy of being one of the future Shichibukai, the Empress's kicking skills are still worthy of appreciation. The fighting power of the three sisters has improved a lot. Witnessing it with their own eyes, Grandma Niu was shocked. It's a very common training method that doesn't require Chen Qingtian's action. The three sisters fight each other, and their strength has improved a lot. Basic, solid, physical, soaring. The strength of the three of them is comparable to that of ordinary clansmen, and the results of their cultivation in just over a month or so astonishing. Wouldn't it be even more terrifying if he practiced for a year? Granny Niu memorized the training methods, and she will train her clansmen according to Chen Qingtian's method in the future, with punishments and rewards. To stimulate their potential, we should not make them feel that it is the same whether they practice or not, create a crisis for them, and let them voluntarily work hard to practice. Persecution by others is useless and the cheapest. Self-awareness, so that I can work hard, and I feel in my heart that I have to work hard and improve, so that there will be better results. The battle between the three continued, and it could be said that they got angry. Without devil fruit ability, their battle is very fierce. Hancock, as the older sister, is attacked by two younger sisters. From the beginning, he couldn't support it, and after holding on for a while, he was killed by two younger sisters. Now, she can fight back and forth with her two younger sisters, and even her kicking skills can cause damage to them. Although not much, it is also useful. At least I am not the one who has been beaten all the time. The power of perfume femur depends on the power of Hancock. The greater the power and the faster the speed, the higher the damage it will cause. Perfume femur without petrification ability, its power is weakened, and there is no one in 10. Hancock was not discouraged, he was not strong enough, so he strengthened his practice. Only by knowing your own weaknesses can you start from your weaknesses and practice hard to eliminate them. Speed, strength, defense, attack, and resilience are all very important, and each of them will have unexpected effects when they are cultivated to ultimate. When a man has all of them, he can be called a monster. Hancock seems to have found his weakness. Yes, fighting works. Chen Qingtian praised. The weakness was found so quickly, the talent is good. On the contrary, Sonia and Grodd have not yet understood their own strengths and weaknesses, and they don't know how to use their own strengths. The advantage of Zone Devil Fruit is not only the improvement of physical fitness, but also the internal function. Ordinary Devil Fruit will be accompanied by a powerful beast-like recovery ability. The potential of the two of them has not yet been stimulated. Snake Fruit should have strong muscles and speed. No matter what kind of snake it is, it should not be weak. Snakes, horrible worms. The appearance alone is enough to scare many people. Sonia and Grodd didn't use their strengths perfectly. Hancock was a bit stronger, and they both would take a beating. Now they can still beat Hancock. The poor two don't know the specific situation of the matter. Within half a month, the two of them will be chased and beaten by Hancock. Chen Qingtian gave a forecast, half a month, which is the general situation. Hancock, who is very talented, may not need half a month. Being suppressed and beaten by the two for so long, with Hancock's arrogance, this kind of thing is not allowed to continue to exist. Granny Nu didn't believe it. It shouldn't happen. I think the two of them are pressing Hancock to death. Half a month, I don't think it's enough. It will take at least a month, or even longer. Hancock is not the only one who has improved. The strength of Sonia and Garud has improved rapidly. Compared with them a month ago, they have improved so much. I can't help but wonder if their talents are really so powerful. For a month, it was running, and the three sisters fought each other. There is no other additional training. Even if there is, it is just a little more weight. Speed, strength, and endurance are all training items. Chen Qingtian keeps adjusting according to their training situation. For a week, let them run continuously, and after they get used to the intensity, increase the weight. The number of laps increased along with the load, causing them to enter uncoordinated times, and they quickly adapted to the new training task. Then there is perfect control, and this is repeated, and the load is increased 3 times. There is a difference in their current loads. Hancock's is 10 caddies lighter than the two younger sisters, which is not yet at their level. From the beginning of the difference of 20 caddies to the current 10 caddies, Hancock has caught up. A desperate woman who gritted her teeth and persevered, practiced crazily. She wanted to catch up with her sister and the others, and even surpass the two of them. Fighting is also a battle with a heavy load on your back. Without Chen Qingtian's order, you dare not take off the load. Granny Nu recorded their strength and physical fitness, and had already tested them once. The result shocked her, enhanced a lot, and exceeded her expectations by a lot. The next time they practice, they can add the same weight. Hancock's perseverance is stronger than Sonia's. Perseverance is very important. In a protracted battle, perseverance may become the last bargaining chip. In every death battle, those with strong perseverance can often obtain the final fruit of victory. Is it really possible? The next load will be 20 caddies more than today's, a full 20 caddies. If the increase is too large all of a sudden, the three of them may be miserable. Chen Qingtian shook his head. It's impossible not to urge them. Time is running out. The era of great pirates has begun, and the sea will soon become chaotic. After the death of Roger the Pirate King, the sea will not be calm. You also need to strengthen your own strength, otherwise, it will be difficult to protect yourself at that time. The future is more severe than the present. The era of great pirates has begun, and they are not immune to Jew Snake Island. One day, there will be pirates and marines coming to the door, and when that time comes, they can't help but resist. Granny Niu thought so deeply, she saw something was wrong, so she would spare no effort to keep Chen Qingtian and teach them how to become stronger. I know. You just have to remember, sister, you wait here, I'll go over and have a look. Chen Qingtian left a sentence, people, touch the ground lightly, and fly out. Landing. Standing in the middle of the three, their battle is over, Hancock, no doubt down. The two younger sisters won the battle with difficulty, and they were about to taunt their elder sister. Unexpectedly, the teacher came, and Sonia was dissatisfied. Teacher, are you here to help sister? Grodd was jealous. Teacher, we agreed to treat everyone equally, don't you love us? The two little loli pouted, so cute. A spoiled loli, the average man can't bear it. Hancock also gave Chen Qingtian a look, I'll go, so tempting. Ahem, I am an elder, how can I be charmed by them? Ahem, Hancock, Sonia, Garud, the teacher taught you a skill today, it's very strong, after you learn it, you don't have to worry about other people's sneak attacks in the future. The three people's eyes lit up, new skills, really? They waited for a long time, and finally they got this sentence. The teacher has been watching a play these days, and he never said that he would teach them powerful skills. Fighting, or training, is up to them to comprehend on their own. If they can comprehend, that's good. If they don't comprehend, they may be reckless. Become stronger, they feel, but they feel dissatisfied, and there is too much difference between them in the strong. The three have been fighting all the time, and their improvement is limited after all. They are either doing basic training or training every day. The three anxiously waited for the teacher to speak. Today, it finally came. The teacher wants to teach them powerful skills. Sonia ran over, hugged Chen Qingtian's hand, and kept rubbing his hand with her body. Teacher, is it true? You really want to teach us new skills? Garud ran over, took Chen Qingtian's hand and acted coquettishly. Teacher, can you teach it to me first, and then I will teach it to my sisters? Is it possible, teacher? I like you the most. Oops, the bones are crisp. No way, little sister, you're committing a crime, you know that? We are decent people and don't eat this set. Hey, that person, yes, you, hold my hand quickly. Chen Qingtian let go of his hand and gave him a look. The three of them stood together. Standing in order from the oldest to the youngest, they found their respective positions and waited for the teacher to speak. Ahem, I think you must be in a hurry. You have performed well during this time. The teacher decided to teach you new skills. After learning this trick, you will be sure to eat well. Attention, this skill requires talent. Those who lack talent will find it difficult to comprehend it, or even fail to learn it. When the time comes, don't blame the teacher for not teaching it to you. Of course, people with good talents can learn quickly, such as your teacher. You don't need to be taught by others, you can understand it by yourself. How much time was spent? I won't talk to you for the time being, the teacher is afraid of hitting you. Don't forget to pretend when you talk, and tell the apprentices about your legendary deeds. They are still young and easily fooled. In a few words, their eyes lit up, and Sonia asked anxiously, Teacher, you are so amazing that you can comprehend it by yourself. Grodd followed suit. Wow, teacher, you were great. Hancock. I can't say such words. Sonia doesn't care about her sister, she wants to be the first to learn, and then abuse her sister and younger sister. Teacher, you are amazing. Can you teach it to me first? Sonia will respect the teacher in the future. Teacher, whatever you ask Sonia to do, Sonia will do. She will never refuse. She twisted her body shyly, and said shyly, even if teacher, you let people warm their beds, they will be willing. Throw a wink at Chen Qingtian, this wink is absolutely perfect. I can't stop it, my god, can the little loli do it at such a young age? No, I'm not a pervert. Sister Sonia, you are not cute at all, the teacher will not like your type. Gourd Honey said confidently. The teacher likes me, how cute. Green hair, the teacher won't like it. Born to cuckold a teacher, sorry, no man would like it. Moreover, you have a big head, and the teacher likes cute little loli. For example, I, Grodd, are the teacher's favorite type. Fart, Sister Garud, the teacher won't like you. No, the teacher likes me. The teacher likes a little beauty like me. You will definitely be a fat girl when you grow up. The teacher won't like a fat girl. Sister Sonia, you are talking nonsense, I will not become a fat girl, you are the fat girl. Sister Garud, don't rob me of the teacher is mine. Two younger sisters are jealous, and they want to be the first. It doesn't matter if you betray your own color, the teacher is not an outsider, she won't mess around. Besides, it's okay to be messed around by the teacher, they are happy. Hancock. I'm sorry, you guys go on, I'd better watch the show. The two sisters continued to fight for the first one, and they had to punish their sisters well. Sister Sonia, don't compete with your sister, please let her go. No, Sister Garud, it's not that my sister won't let you, but my sister has a reason to learn. Sister Sonia. What reason do you have? You don't need to know why, Sister Garud, are you determined to compete with your sister for the first place? Hee, sister, my sister also wants to be number one. So it's not negotiable. No, the two seem to express their anger. To fight, to strike at the touch of a button. Hancock was watching the show, and they started fighting, yes, that's what they wanted to do, fight, and quickly started fighting. It's best to fall apart, sisters, after you separate, it's my sister's chance. Chen Qingtian wondered, my three precious apprentices, are you thinking too much? Although the teacher is very handsome, you don't have to fight for the sake of snatching the teacher, it's not necessary. Ahem, Sonia, Garud, stop, don't rush, you study together, whoever can comprehend first will be the first. The two could not fight. Chen Qingtian stopped them from fighting, and then said to Hancock, Hancock, you have to listen carefully, don't giggle. On the side, Hancock was still thinking about the disintegration of his sisters, and he smiled unconsciously as a winner in life. Unexpectedly, the teacher saw it, and suddenly, his face turned red. The two younger sisters looked at her at the same time, their eyes were full of suspicion. I don't. The Tsunere girl, Hancock retorted, quickly lowering her head to prevent others from seeing her embarrassment. The fighting between the three stopped, and Chen Qingtian said to the three of them, "Now, the teacher has his back to you, blindfolded, and you attack the teacher casually. Come on at ease, you don't have to be polite, and don't have to worry about it." With his back to the three of them, Chen Qingtian turned around. His eyes were covered by cloth strips, so he couldn't see clearly what was going on outside. In this situation, Sonia was the first to make a move. She said how loving she was before, but now, how ruthless she is. 1 second she said she loves you, the next second she did it. It's the same with Grodd, you have to be fast, not slow. It's a rare opportunity, the next time, I don't know when it will be. Hancock froze in place, she thought she would be the first to shoot, but unexpectedly, the younger sisters were faster. This? My dear sister, what is going on in your mind? The two younger sisters attacked, and she couldn't help but strike. Of course, he won't act immediately, he needs to analyze the situation. Let's see how the sisters' attacks are effective. Two hands on. One watching the show, Granny knew in the distance, staring at the scene with full attention, he wanted to see what skills Chen Qingtian was going to teach. Watching the show for a while, not in a hurry to make a move, the teacher's behavior is strange, and there must be a deep meaning in it. With their backs to them, blindfolded, there is something weird. Don't act hastily, whoever does it first will definitely suffer. Two stupid younger sisters, they don't even think about it, they do it directly, so naive. The teacher will not do things that he is not sure of. Since he has done it, he has his reasons. You two rushed forward foolishly, either to die or to die yourself. She folded her hands and waited for the result. How would the younger sisters be abused? I saw Chen Qingtian with his back to his sister, without moving. The attack of the two was getting closer and closer, and when they were within 1 meter of him, Chen Qingtian still stood still, with his back to the common people. At this moment, Hancock frowned. Is there no accident? Impossible, the teacher will not be beaten in vain. The teacher is not that kind of person, he will not stand there and be beaten, there must be something she ignored. Closer, the two sisters are closer. 20 centimeters, a very short distance, you can attack the teacher with your hand. Hancock's eyes widened, watching the teacher's movements carefully, not to miss any subtle movements. Teacher, what skills will you teach them? The next moment, the result will be revealed. Sister Garud's fist was aimed at the back of the teacher's head, and it was bound to kill him with one move. Her fists, her attacks, her speed, are so fast, resulting in great power in her fists. After this punch, ordinary adults can't bear it. The fist was about to touch Chen Qingtian's fist. Garud smiled in his heart. Teacher, you are a good cook, I beat you all up. The promised teacher is very strong, that's all. It's not that strong, and it's not as powerful as I imagined. The teacher pretends to be strong on the outside, but in fact, it is useless at all. For a moment, Garud thought a lot, her attack was about to hit the target. However, next second, her fist missed the back of the teacher's head. Then, the teacher moved his footsteps, turned sideways, and made way for Grodd. She rushed over. With a plop, he fell to the ground. Rolled around a few times, so embarrassed. Grodd's attack failed, and Sonia's attack came later. She was more cautious. Seeing her younger sister was deflated, she controlled her strength, restrained 70% of her strength, and only used 30% of her strength to attack. Fist. Attacking Chen Qingtian who moved, this punch, she is confident to hit. In the end, it was still the same, empty. Teacher, my real attack is another fist. The attack with the right hand is a cover, the actual attack is the left hand. Hidden left hand, fully dispatched. She came back with a carbine move, a smart attack, carefully planned. Hancock's eyes flickered, Sister Sonia is doing well, this attack should have been hit. It turns out they were all wrong. Sonia's attack is also empty, Chen Qingtian can avoid their attack without looking. The attack failed, and her small body was lightly touched by Chen Qingtian and flew out. Two people, landed in the same position, embraced together. What was done in the blink of an eye, the two of them, fell down. Grodd. This. Sonia was shocked. What happened? It was obviously about to attack, but at the critical moment, the teacher avoided it. Her attacks are well hidden, and they move randomly. Unexpectedly, it was impossible to escape the teacher's perception. The teacher couldn't see me. How did he know I was going to attack there? It shouldn't be, you are obviously blindfolded, why? Is there something wrong with the cloth? Sonia looked for the problem and suspected that there was something wrong with the cloth strip. Her suspicion was also that of her younger sister Gerudo, it was impossible for the teacher to react so quickly. It's not scientific. Hancock also had doubts in his heart, after all, Chen Qingtian's actions were too strange. The attacks of the two sisters came one after another, and they changed their attack methods accordingly. Unexpectedly, they were avoided one by Chen Qingtian. I don't understand. I can't explain. There is only one possibility. The cloth strip is transparent, you can see their movements. Teacher, can you see us? Sonia questioned. She thought there was something wrong with the cloth strips. You can come and have a try. Strips of cloth, take them off, let Sonia come over and try. Sonia was not afraid of death, so she walked over and carefully observed the cloth strips. Then put it on for yourself and cover your eyes. It was pitch black and nothing could be seen. Her vision disappeared. This? How is this possible? Sonia didn't believe it, but the facts in front of her told her that there was no problem with the cloth strip. The teacher really couldn't see that there was a problem with his own doubts. Is there a problem? Chen Qingtian teased that Sonia's reaction was within his expectations. The three of you don't give up even if you don't see the yellow river. Everything you think is wrong. The role of observation hockey is beyond your comprehension. Are you surprised? I can't see it. Why can I avoid your attacks? Look well. You too, Hancock, it's your turn to attack, don't let me down. Blindfolded again, Chen Qingtian turned around and said to Hancock, come on, let the teacher try your growth these days. Don't worry. Don't be afraid, just come. Your teacher, I am very strong, you don't have to worry about hurting me. The unlikely event, you guys, are too weak. Facing Hancock, behind, gave way to the two sisters. Hancock gritted his teeth. The teacher asked him to attack by name, he had to go. Teacher, you have to be ready, I'm coming. After making the sound, she quietly moved her position. To prevent Chen Qingtian from knowing her position, the attack was also launched from a tricky position. She is coming. Her movements are very stealthy, slight. But every movement of her was clearly perceived by Chen Qingtian. It doesn't matter whether there are cloth strips or not. Unable to hinder Chen Qingtian's perception, he smiled slightly. Hancock, is this your attack? Handy, parry Hancock's attack. There is really no need to look, and no other action is required. With a clean cut, Hancock was repulsed and she continued to attack. Chen Qingtian won't feel good about attacking for the second time. The two younger sisters behind saw this, and they also wanted to join the battle. Teachers cannot be allowed to continue pretending, it makes them uncomfortable. Sonia gave her sister Garud a look, and Garud immediately understood. Okay, sister, I understand, let's sneak attack together. Try not to make any noise. The two of them gave the sister who was attacking from a distance a look, and Hancock understood in seconds. The three attacked together, and they joined forces to bully their respected teacher, Your Excellency. Drink. Hancock ran fast, feet up. Perfume femur. With a threatening kick, he kicked Chen Qingtian's head. If this kick hits the heads of the two younger sisters, it will penetrate instantly. Boom. Attacked, held by fists. The powerful force dissipated the moment it was grasped. With skinny feet and little flesh, Chen Qingtian pinched them lightly and smiled. Hancock, you are very thin, eat more meat to make up for it. Hancock squeezed so hard that his feet were held and he couldn't break free. She turned around fiercely, performed a beautiful flip in the air, left foot, and moved forward. One of the 2 feet is held, and there is another foot to attack. Teacher, be careful. The left foot is also perfume femur, attacking with all its strength. Chen Qingtian raised his left hand, holding 2 feet, and Hancock was lifted up. With his head down, at this moment, he seemed to see a lot of beautiful scenery. Ahem, in fact, she didn't see it, and she could only see shorts when she was wearing shorts. The invention of safety pants is really fatal. Letting go, Hancock fell headfirst to the ground. The little head hit the ground, and came to an ugly prone position. Behind her, Sonia appeared behind her. Her sister was being bullied, how could she not help? Sister Hancock, my sister will avenge you. Dare to humiliate my sister, do you want to die? Even if you were a teacher, I can't let you go. Pity. Her attack, empty. Chen Qingtian turned his head, turned around, and held Sonia's neck with his hands. The head is too big to catch. Carrying Sonia, she couldn't move. Oh, what a terrible Sonia, almost killed the old man. The attack is good, and the location is also good. It's a pity that you are facing your dear teacher. It may be that the teacher is too handsome, so you keep attacking the teacher's face. In the future, the teacher will restrain his handsomeness, so as not to confuse you too much about my beauty. Obviously I can impress people with my strength, but I want to defeat you with my appearance. The teacher doesn't want to. Sometimes, the teacher often suspects that it is a mistake to be too handsome. Hey. Sonia. Teacher, I am still a child, do you have the heart to treat me like this? Let go and put Sonia in peace. Sonia thought she was safe, and was going to thank the teacher for her generosity. The next second, she was lifted up again. In front of him, Garud's attack appeared, a big foot. Kicking him head on. At this moment, Sonia can only lie. Boom. The two collided, and Sonia and Garud got out one after another. Two people embraced together. The location where they last hit was where Hancock was. Three people embraced together. Looking at each other, the pain is forgotten. They stared straight at the teacher. What's going on? Why can you see through our actions? Even though they covered their eyes, they could still see through and avoid them, even making them deflated. Where did you kick Garud? Sister Sonia, I'm sorry. I aimed at the teacher's head. I didn't expect you to appear in that position. Could you be more careful next time? Take pity on my face. Whoa, my head is getting bigger again. The head that was already big is now even bigger. Damn sister, are you jealous of her big head? Hancock was the worst. He was hit by the two of them for no reason, and it was too late to get up, let alone dodge. Okay, you two stop arguing. Hancock has a headache, and the two sisters quarrel when they meet. Cheering, but their relationship is very good. Quarrels are quarrels, quarrels are quarrels, they never break up. Sister Garud, if my sister hadn't spoken, I wouldn't have let you go. He, Sister Sonia, don't be angry, humph. Hancock, with a headache, held down his two rowdy sisters. She looked at Chen Qingtian curiously. Teacher, what kind of ability is this? Chen Qingtian took off the cloth strip, raised his finger and said, this ability is called hockey, observation hockey in Conqueror's hockey. Observation hockey, a hockey that can sharpen people's five senses, detect the breath and emotion of surrounding creatures, and make predictions and attacks. Somewhere, it's called Heartnet, but you don't care about hockey's name. New World and Marine both call it observation hockey, and what I will teach you today is observation hockey. Observation hockey looks simple, but it is difficult to learn without a method. Comprehension is comprehension, and proficiency in use is use. If you are awakened, you will not use it, which is equivalent to not being awakened. The three of them haven't awakened observation hockey yet, but they have good talents and should be able to awaken soon. When to use it proficiently, it takes a lot of practice. Everything the teacher was able to do just now is the credit of observation hockey. After awakening observation hockey, you don't need to look, but you can perceive other people's movements. For example, the three of you attack, how to attack, where to attack, and where to attack, I can know it in an instant. Move your muscles a little bit, I already know. Therefore, no matter how your attacks change, they cannot escape my eyes. Do you want to learn? Observation hockey is also time to teach them. Time is limited and cannot be hidden. The combat experience of the three is not bad. After learning observation hockey, their battles will be more interesting. Think. The three of them nodded at the same time. This move is very useful. In the battle, if you learn it, who can attack them? Hancock raised his hand and raised a doubt. Teacher, if the three of us have learned the observation hockey you mentioned, doesn't it mean that we can't hit each other? Observation hockey is so powerful, they have already learned it, how can they fight? What about the others? Chen Qingtian explained. Hancock, this question is very good. Your concerns are correct. Many people know observation hockey. In the world of the strong, observation hockey is a must. You won't, sorry, it's going to be the one that gets punched. Observation hockey has a characteristic, you have to keep calm. The more calm you are, the better the effect of observation hockey. Putting up a finger, Chen Qingtian continued. That is to say, once you fall into a certain emotion, your observation hockey will automatically become invalid, and in a certain high-intensity battle, the observation hockey will easily lose consciousness. Whether you can keep calm is up to you. The strong will never change their mood because of the outside world. The use of observation hockey also depends on the person. The higher the proficiency, the more advantage you can have. Hancock added. The teacher means that the higher the observation hockey practice level, the greater the effect, and the more you can crush other people who have learned observation hockey. It can be understood that if you want to crush them, you need to wake up quickly and take control. Hancock understood what the teacher said. The faster he awakens, the more he can crush his sisters. At that time, they have just awakened, and they have been cultivating for a month longer than them, or even a few months, so how could they be their opponents? Hancock is confident of awakening observation hockey earlier than her sisters. As an older sister, how can she lag behind her younger sister? You have to be ahead of them in everything, even if you eat, you have to be earlier and faster than them. Sonia's eyes lit up, and they wanted to surpass their sister and be the first to awaken observation hockey. In order to get the special teaching from the teacher, the first one often represents a privilege. The teacher will teach one-on-one, hand in hand, the second, and the third, will be taught by the first. Being beaten is inevitable. Being beaten by a teacher is not the same as being beaten by an older sister. You can't let them get ahead. I must be faster than them. I can't fall behind. The three of them have different ideas. They all want to be the first, surpass her, and taunt them. Who will be the most talented person? Hancock, who always thinks he is very strong, or the second son Sonia, or the naive third brother Rude? Let us wait and see. Ahem, before we start practicing, let's have lunch. I'm a bit hungry and need a lunch. If you don't eat a meal, you will be so hungry that you have to eat lunch to practice better. Lunch was ready and Hancock had already sat down. Without waiting for them to talk about eating, one person started to prepare the meal. Teacher, this is yours. Grandma is eating. The two sat down, and after they moved their chopsticks, she followed suit. To prevent others from reacting, she must eat lunch first. There can be no more surprises. Hancock has nothing to eat for breakfast, he is starving. You can't skip lunch. Elegant Hancock, at the moment, abandons elegance. Eat big mouthfuls, like a person who hasn't eaten for 3 days. Seeing this, Sonia and Garud taunted, Sister, haven't you eaten for many days? Do you want to be so embarrassed, sister? Slow down, sister, I'll give you some of mine too. Haha, sister, there is a grain of rice on your face. Hancock, who was eating big, stunned his two younger sisters, and they gave up a little food for their elder sister one after another. Not much, just 1 spoon, not enough to feed the dog. Hancock didn't want to eat their food, he was too stingy, it was impossible for her to betray her dignity with 1 bite of food. After eating a bowl of rice, she ate a lot of meat. Supplement your body so they can grow. I can no longer let the teacher mock me and say that I am an airport. Damn it, it doesn't make sense. Come on, Hancock, eat more meat. 1 more bite of meat, yes, eat more, now is the time for growth, eat more meat. You two also eat meat, eat more, your body needs to develop. Development is more important, let's have lunch together today. I don't abuse you, I want you to eat good food and supplement your nutrition. I can't keep going against the airport, I can't stand it. The three were speechless, no matter what Chen Qingtian said, they continued to eat meat. After lunch is settled. Starting to practice observation hockey, Chen Qingtian gave each of the 3 of them a piece of cloth. Blindfold your eyes, cover them all, don't show any gaps. Hancock, what are you doing? Hancock immediately covered his eyes to keep his eyes from opening. Sonia and Gerudo had already prepared, they had to study hard and practice hard. Strive to be the first person to learn, not to lag behind others, not even your own sisters. The 3 of them were ready. Chen Qingtian said with a smile. From now on, you attack each other. Yes, don't doubt, fight each other. Why are you standing there? Hurry up, don't take off the blindfold, I'm blindfolded. Chen Qingtian stepped aside and let the 3 of them fight each other. The battle between the 3 of you begins now. Hurry up and start fighting with each other to better awaken observation hockey. Granny Nu worried. Is this really okay? Chen Qingtian said, it can be possible, but it will take time. If you want to go faster, it may be very dangerous. Listed several dangerous cultivation methods, such as going into the forest, looking for powerful beasts to fight against, blindfolded, and not peeking. High-intensity training methods can promote their rapid awakening. At the same time, it was dangerous. This method was denied by Granny Nu, it was too dangerous, and the 3 of them were still young. You can't use that method, just waste time, it's better than danger. When the beasts in the forest see people, they want to eat them. Once they meet them, it is very dangerous. As a local, Granny Nu was naturally aware of the threat of wild beasts. How long does it take to awaken observation hockey? Granny Nu couldn't help asking, she was curious, how long would it take? A year? I don't know. Chen Qingtian shook his head. How come they don't know? You are their teacher, and even you don't know, so what about them? Granny Nu was even more worried. Is this method of cultivation useful, or is it a waste of time? You don't have to worry about this. This kind of cultivation method is definitely useful. How long it takes to wake up depends on their talents and comprehension. I can't say for sure. Some people need it for a long time, 1 month, 2 months, or even 1 year, 2 years, or even longer, and they can't come in a hurry. The more anxious, the more unable to awaken observation hockey. Some people comprehend it very quickly, even within a day. Of course, that kind of person is rare, almost 1 in 10 million. They belong to the genius of Wan Zhongwu, the genius among geniuses. Then, Chen Qingtian pointed at himself. No talent, brother is this kind of genius. Granny Nu. Let me talk to you nicely, can you stop pretending? Your behavior will make me very uncomfortable. Brother, please, be yourself. Chen Qingtian said seriously. I'm not joking with you. What I said is true. Back then, I was awakened all of a sudden, and I was still the kind of self-taught. Hey, my talent is too high. Sometimes, I even wondered if I was the son of destiny. Granny knew. His grandma's my sister. I don't want to talk to him. Every sentence is pretend, not pretend. He feels uncomfortable all over. It's fine if you pretend in front of the three of them. They are still young. Maybe you will fool them. But at this old age, I haven't seen anything. You pretend to me. Are you here to disgust me? Haha. Don't be angry, old sister. Old brother is just looking at the dull atmosphere. Just kidding. Don't be angry. It seems to be a joke, but in fact, it is true. Chen Qingtian narrowed his eyes, thinking of that guy Roger. His talent is really strong. Learn everything quickly, and then, after learning it by yourself, you don't need Chen Qingtian to worry about it. Self-cultivation. Consciously increase the amount of tasks. Chen Qingtian, watching Roger practice later, there is no need to say a word by himself. The talents of others are not bad, but compared to Roger, after all, they are much worse. Sister. Where are you? Gerudo looked for the figures of his two sisters. I, who was blindfolded, attacked indiscriminately. If I accidentally attacked you, you can't blame me. She was delighted in her heart. He, Sister Sonia, Sister Hancock, sister, I have long wanted to beat you up. Her wish is very simple, to beat up her two older sisters. As a younger sister, she is always the target of bullying. The dirty and tiring work is done by themselves. The two of them hold hands and watch them do it. Today, the opportunity has come. If you don't speak up, I will attack you indiscriminately. I don't know where to find a wooden stick, and Gerudo made a sweep first, but didn't hit anyone. She walked forward, perceiving carefully, perhaps because of the effect of devil fruit, her senses were very keen. I sense someone's breath ahead. There is one at 12 o'clock, I don't know who it is. Go forward, stride forward. The wooden stick swept away thousands of troops. Oops. After hitting someone, Gerudo was extremely happy inside, but on the surface, he couldn't show it. Who is it? Sister Sonia. Weak question. In fact, the moment she heard the voice, she had already confirmed that it was Sister Sonia. Haha, Sister Sonia, I finally hit you, and it's not in vain that I've been looking for you for so long. Grud. What are you doing? Sonia took a stick and it hurt. The stick hit her on the waist. It was supposed to hit her head, but fortunately she reacted quickly and avoided it. Unexpectedly, Gerudo didn't intend to keep his hand, and hit him hard. I was so numb that I almost fell down. She turned her head and stared at Sister Gerudo viciously. Unfortunately, their eyes were blindfolded and they couldn't see each other's expressions. Otherwise, it's really scary. Grod apologized. Sister Sonia, I'm sorry. My sister didn't do it on purpose. I thought it was Sister Hancock. Sonia said angrily. Don't you know the difference between me and Sister Hancock? Grod said aggrievedly. I don't want to, can't I see it? Thank you, blindfold. Without you, I don't know how to shirk. Sonia. She didn't believe that her sister couldn't sense it, and her taste was different from her sister's. You can smell it if you get close, but she still attacks me. Did you do it on purpose? Grod. Your target is me, and Sister Hancock is your excuse. Gerudo's heart skipped a beat. She didn't expect to be recognized by her sister, but she didn't panic. Keep calm at this time. The more flustered you are, the more likely accidents will happen. No, Sister Sonia, I'm wronged. No one else. How could I beat you? Sister Sonia, you can't slander me. I thought so in my heart, but I couldn't reveal it with my mouth. They are an alliance and cannot be broken. Hancock was silent, not letting his sisters find out where he was. Of course she knew what happened to the two younger sisters. They fought among themselves and fought with each other. Sister Gerudo is just a 25-year-old kid who can rebel at any time. My stupid Sister Sonia, when you united with Sister Gerudo, you should have thought of today. Hancock laughed at Sister Sonia in his heart. Wouldn't it be good to unite with himself? I found a white-eyed wolf and backstabbed you in the end, why bother? People who watch the show will always maintain the happiest mood. Granny New sighed. I never thought that Gerudo would be such a person. Chen Qingtian nodded. That's right, I couldn't have imagined that poor Sonia was still kept in the dark. Grud, who is superb in acting, cleverly tricked Sonia. Several people who were spectators raised their foreheads one after another, wondering if Sonia was smart or stupid. What happened next shocked them even more. Sonia and Gerudo united again, and the two moved forward side by side. Gerudo took the wooden stick and moved forward cautiously. And Sonia, at some point, also picked up a wooden stick. I hid it behind my back so my sister wouldn't find out. Slowing down her pace, she hesitated for a moment and said, Sister Gerudo, you go this way, my sister goes that way. I get the feeling that Sister Hancock might be in that direction. Pointing in a direction, he said something nonsense. Grodd believed it was true. Okay, Sister Sonia, be careful. Two people, separate. Sonia didn't go in another direction, but followed behind Garud. Although she couldn't see it, she knew that Sister Garud was right in front of her eyes. Acting must be realistic, and you can't do it right away. Wait a while. She pretended to be heading in another direction, and after taking a few steps, her body changed direction naturally. As if really lost, she approached Garud. Sister Hancock, where are you? Before you start, you have to ask. Acting in a full set, you can't make your sister doubt herself. Step forward and hold up the stick. I found you, Sister Hancock, give me a stick. Hey. He jumped up, holding the huge wooden stick with both hands, and smashed it hard. What do I want this stick for? Boom. After hitting it, Sonia was pleasantly surprised. Haha, Sister Hancock, die. Then, there is a continuous attack. One club after another, it took about 5 or 6 clubs before she stopped. Stop it. It's me, Sister Sonia, it's me, Garud, you hit the wrong person. I'm not Sister Hancock, Sister Sonia, stop hitting me. The wailing Gorid sister was attacked unexpectedly. Then she ate several sticks before she held the stick. Inexplicably, she didn't understand, so she looked at her sister. Didn't we separate? Why did you appear behind me, and then attack me desperately? Even Sister Hancock, you won't be cruel. Sister Sonia, are you taking revenge on me? Sonia immediately shook her head. No, Sister Garud, didn't you go in another direction? Why did you appear in front of me? The pot, all of a sudden, hit Garud's head. You were going in the wrong direction, not me. You deserve it yourself, you can't blame me. Grodd's eyes widened, she looked at Sister Sonia in confusion, and she didn't go wrong. You are the one who went in the wrong direction, why do you slander me? Sister Sonia, are you sure you were going in the right direction? Garud was angry inside, she wanted to take off the blindfold and have a good argument with her sister. Sonia asked back. I must be going in the right direction. I can't go wrong. My sense of direction has always been the best. Garud, you always get lost. This time, you must be going in the wrong direction. Next time, don't go in the wrong direction. If my sister beats you again, it will be bad. Fortunately, my sister stopped this time. You said you. Why did you go in the wrong direction, hey? Grodd. Hancock. I can only say good-looking Sister Sonia, you guys continue to fight and fight. She wants to reap the benefits of being a fisherman. No matter how I look at it, I feel that Sonia is deliberately retaliating, and it's not that Gorid went wrong. Granny Nu lowered her voice and expressed her inner doubts in a voice that only the two of them could hear. Sonia went too far. She targeted her sister and walked into her blind spot to implement her plan. After hitting someone, he blamed Sister Garud, saying why she went wrong. This move, I have to say, is absolutely perfect. At least Granny Nu didn't think of such a trick, it was so sinister and ruthless. Chen Qingtian said with a smile, you can't talk nonsense, we don't have evidence, just keep your doubts. What actually happened, they all knew. It's just a tacit understanding, and I don't want to expose the calculations of the three sisters. It is the eyes that are blindfolded, not the soul. Granny Nu said angrily, brother, you are so insidious. Black-bellied, sinister, and old-fashioned. Chen Qingtian shook his head. No, old girl, you are wrong, it's not that I'm insidious, it's that they are too naive. The outside world is very complicated. They have experienced a tragic childhood, and they are still curious about people or things outside. There is kindness in their hearts. Granny Nu asked, isn't it good to be kind? Of course it is a good thing. Kindness is the most basic and rare quality. There is a big difference between having it and not having it. Chen Qingtian said, but the world does not allow you to be kind. Kindness is reserved for your own people, not for outsiders. Whether it's a marine or a pirate, there are good and bad. They need to judge for themselves, and they can't be deceived by someone's appearance. What you see on the surface is always false, sister. In this regard, you are not as good as brother. Chen Qingtian has met many hypocritical people who are good friends with you on the surface, and they will sacrifice everything to achieve their goals. The most typical one is Blackbeard Tiki, who spent so many years on the Whitebeard boat for a devil fruit. The moment he finds devil fruit, he doesn't hesitate to kill his friend who has known him for many years. Ambition often makes them strong, but also makes them ruthless. When the benefits are large enough, many people choose to take risks. People's hearts are too complicated. Some people cannot look at them with simple eyes. Granny Nu also knows that the outside world is complicated. She doesn't want to contact outsiders, for fear of being calculated by others. Jew Snake Island has been living in a corner all these years, because it is afraid of being counted. They cannot gamble. Once they lose, the lives of the entire island will be threatened. They are still young, and after a few years, they will recognize each other naturally. Chen Qingtian said with a smile, "It's not small, they are stronger than you imagined." 3 people suffered a tragic childhood. Growing up in that prison, he was tortured by celestial dragons. Their thoughts are already similar to those of adults. They have their own way of distinguishing between good and evil. Of course, after learning observation hockey, their perception will become stronger. The simplest is to be able to feel a trace of evil revealed by others. The two kept chatting and gossiping, and Chen Qingtian also talked about the happy things he had encountered in these years. The battle over there is still going on. Garud didn't go ahead. The two of them had no idea about killing their sister. After being stabbed in the back by their own people, the two did not trust each other. No one wants to walk in front, for fear of being backstabbed by the good sisters behind. Sonia smiled and said, "Sister Garud, you go ahead, don't worry, this time, my sister will not hit the wrong person." Garud shook his head. "Sister Sonia, you should go ahead, you can recognize the direction, and you will find Sister Hancock very quickly." The two tugged and shied away from each other. Those who don't want to be forward, their perception has failed, and the figure of the elder sister has disappeared. Sniffing the smell in the air, the two can identify the general direction. Finding Sister Hancock is not a problem now, the problem is who will be the leader. The person walking in front is the most dangerous. Not only do you have to face the severe beating of Hancock's sister, but you also have to be careful of backstabbing. "Sister Sonia, my sister went in the wrong direction last time. My sister has already made a mistake once. Do you want my sister to make a mistake a second time?" "Sister Garud, don't be afraid of making mistakes. If you make a mistake, just admit it. We will correct it. You must be brave enough to bear your mistakes and correct yourself." Sonia continued. "Come on, sister, go on, don't hesitate. If you make a mistake, you must admit it, and if you admit it, you must correct it. After the correction, you continue to walk ahead without fear. Sister, I will not blame you, nor will I urge you." Garud shook his head. "Sister, forget it, my sister is not confident, you should go ahead." Sonia said with a dark face, "Sister Garud, do you suspect that my sister will be against you?" Garud immediately waved his hand. "No, how is it possible? Sister Sonia is the best for me. How could it be against me? The last time was an accident, right, Sister Sonia?" After saying this, Sonia fell silent. "Well, you Garud, you really doubt me. Do you still have my sister in your eyes? Sister Garud, you don't believe me?" Garud nodded. "That's right, my dear Sister Sonia, if you want my sister to trust you, you should go ahead. My stick has long been waiting. Dear Sister Sonia, are you ready for your sister's revenge?" Sonia. "Dear Sister Gorid, can you put down your weapon? You are facing my sister like this, my sister is afraid." Garud threw away the wooden stick and was unarmed. She smiled and said, "Sister Sonia, can you rest assured now?" Then, she asked Sister Sonia to drop her weapon. Everyone can't take weapons, lest they hurt their own people. The two kept acting, disarming each other and letting the other walk ahead. After discussing for a long time, they reached a preliminary reconciliation. Sonia walked in front, and Gorid walked behind. One after the other, the two took a step. Sonia turned around and asked, "Sister Garud, you really won't do anything to my sister?" Very scared, very worried. It is very dangerous to expose the back, even if it is the younger sister. No, it is precisely because it is the younger sister that the attack is ruthless. I need to worry about my sister even more, and I can't let her have the opportunity to do something about my hidden position. Who knows where she will stare, or when she will strike. Be careful. No, Sister Sonia, don't you trust my sister?" Garud patted his chest and swore again and again that he would not do anything recklessly. You can move forward without worrying about the back. The younger sister is your most solid backing and will always give you a sense of security. After taking 2 more steps, there was a gust of wind behind him. Sonia turned around. She couldn't see anything in the dark eyes. She could feel her sister was right in front of her eyes. She raised her hand, as if to do it to herself. Just right, she turned around, embarrassed. The atmosphere is awkward. Garud raised his hand and put it down slowly, smiling as if no one was around. "Aha, I just had an itchy head, and I wanted to scratch it, but you found out, haha. I haven't washed my hair for some days, and there are bugs on my head, which is very itchy. Now that sister, you found out, I don't need to hide it, just admit it generously." Sonia squinted, she couldn't see it, but she could feel it. When a gust of wind came down, if that slap hit him on the back of the head, needless to say, he would have to lie down for at least half a day. Sister Garud. Do you want to beat me up? No, absolutely not. Slander, pure slander. Sister Sonia. Don't believe other people's nonsense. I, Garud, your dear sister, will never beat you. Grodd swore. Sister Sonia, you have to trust my sister, I won't beat you. If someone catches you, it's useless for you to play tricks. Don't think that people can't see it, but they can feel it. My stupid sister Gorod, you are so stupid. How can you do it so quickly? Just be patient for a while, won't you succeed? Hancock was a little disappointed in his heart. Sister Garud's attack failed, and the relationship between the two was broken and not thorough enough. Maybe it needs to be burned with a fire, maybe they will split directly. Hancock is a bit careful about splitting. Sister Sonia, you have to be careful of someone. Some people don't say it in their hearts, but they are very honest. Some people look simple and honest, but if they move their hands, they will kill you. If it were me, I would leave a dangerous person immediately. Let's fight among ourselves, sisters. In order to divide the two of you, sister, I did not hesitate to expose my position. The battle between two people instantly turned into an infighting between three people. Garud said loudly, Sister Hancock, don't criticize Sang-Wai. I know you were talking about me. Let me tell you, don't even think about it. The relationship between me and Sister Sonia is not something you can destroy. We have deep feelings and will not be influenced by outsiders. You can't separate us. Hancock smiled coldly. My stupid sister Sonia, are you really not afraid? Are you afraid that there is a sister who stabs you in the back at any time? If it were me, I would definitely be afraid. As the saying goes, if you want to deal with the outside world, it is impossible to solve the internal problems. Perhaps, you should change to a partner. Garud was anxious, and she shouted, Sister Sonia, sister, I really don't want to beat you up. I just haven't washed my hair for a long time. I just scratched my head, there is no other meaning. Don't believe what Sister Hancock said. She wants to divide us and defeat us one by one. They cannot be separated. The current sister is not the former sister. Her strength has improved too fast. If she really wanted to unite with one of them, their alliance fell apart, and in the end, it was the two of them who suffered. The elder sister's treachery is very insidious, and they cannot be fooled. Sister Sonia, our battle is resolved by ourselves, and we must not find a third person. To maintain their alliance, Grodd cannot let Sister Hancock divide them. Absolutely not. The situation for myself and others will be very dangerous. Once my sister is liberated, those who they bullied my sister before will be returned intact. Sister Sonia, have you forgotten? What kind of person is Sister Hancock? Just to remind you, Sister Hancock is very mean. Are you afraid? Sonia couldn't help but shuddered, almost being fooled by her sister. However, Sister Garud, you are not an easygoing lamp either. The scramble begins, a war initiated by Hancock and Gorod. Two people, fighting for a Sonia. Hancock said, Sister Sonia, you have to think about it. Follow my sister and me. Eat delicious food. Do whatever you want, even if you want to take revenge on Sister Garud. My sister promised you that she would not retaliate against you. How about it? Give me my sincerity, I can let you go. Let's punish Sister Grud together, and arrange all the unhappiness on Sister Grud. You have no other choice. At that time, when my strength rises, I can still beat you up. My dear Sister Sonia, you have to think about it. Sonia was entangled. Sister Hancock's strength improved rapidly, and she could soon surpass the two of them. At that time, even if the two of them join forces, they will still not be rivals. Rather than being severely beaten by Sister Hancock, it is better to turn to the light as soon as possible, reform and start a new life. Sister Hancock, She was about to speak when Grodd stopped her. Sister Sonia. Do you believe it? Sister Hancock, can you believe it? If we treat her like this, she will definitely not let you and me go. You defected to her. In the end, she will definitely trouble you. Sister Sonia. Think about it carefully. Can you believe what Sister Hancock said? Garud was also afraid. He was beaten by the two of them and couldn't bear it. Sister Sonia cannot be allowed to form an alliance with her sister. At that time, her situation will be very dangerous. Don't allow that to happen. She doesn't want to be alone. Sonia is stuck in the middle, torn. The words of both sister and sister are reasonable. Who should she believe? The younger sister is a danger, always trying to backstab herself. The elder sister is even more dangerous, and if she decides not to move her, at that time, she will be strong enough, and when she doesn't need her, will her status be lower? A companion is like a tiger, and it is even more dangerous to unite with a sister. It's so hard to choose. Both sides are epic level of difficulty. Hancock said, Sister Sonia, sister, I am a person, don't you still understand? You still want to believe what Sister Garud said, she might betray you backhanded. Think about it for yourself. What will happen to you if you fight against your sister? Either unite, or, you figure it out. Threat, the threat of Chiguogwo. This is when threats are most useful. Sonia leaned towards her sister, and she took a step in that direction. Garud stopped immediately. Sister Sonia, don't go there, in case my sister tricks you into going there and then beats you up, you will lose more than you gain. Trust my sister, okay. My sister won't do anything to you, nor will I take revenge on you. How about we get rid of my sister first and then discuss our affairs? Our grievances are resolved internally. Don't let my sister break us down and break us down. Sister Sonia, don't think about it anymore. Do you want to be beaten? Sister Hancock threatens you. If it were me, I couldn't stand the threat. Whoever threatens me, I will have trouble with anyone. Show your backbone and pride. Let's not be threatened by others. No matter who the opponent is, as long as they threaten us, we must not let it go. Join hands with Sister Hancock, you will be the one who gets beaten. Are you willing to be beaten every day? Every day, you are beaten, and if you displease Hancock a little bit, you will be beaten. I was beaten every day, and there was not a day when I would not be beaten. Do you want this kind of life? My stupid Sister Sonia, you have to think about it. Join hands with Sister Hancock, or continue to join hands with my sister. Sister, I'll stab you at most. I won't do anything to you, and I won't beat you. Besides, my sister can't beat you either. You can take the initiative. As the person in charge of the team, you can do whatever you want. My sister respects your opinion. The speaker and the one being beaten, you choose. Garud continued to persuade. Sister Sonia, I don't think you are an idiot, you know how to choose. Believe in Sister Hancock's words, it's similar to seeking skin from a tiger. Companion to a king is like companion to a tiger. Sister Sonia, you have to think clearly. Sister, I am always your best choice, there is no one. If you have doubts, sister can swear to dispel your doubts. Hancock said. Sister Sonia, don't you believe what my sister says? My sister speaks for herself and never breaks her promise. My sister said that she would not do anything to you, she would not do it 100%, of course, if you don't believe her, there is nothing she can do about it. One thing, my sister wants to tell you that Sister Garudo has sinister thoughts. She may still be thinking about how to stab you in the back. Sister Sonia, together with Sister Garudo, you must be careful every minute to prevent her from attacking you. Sneak attack on you. Humans, it is impossible to be vigilant every minute. It will relax, it will be numb, and there will be flaws. Sister Gorid will keep staring at you, looking for flaws. So, Sister Sonia, you might as well follow my sister and me. At least, sister, I won't mess around, and I won't backstab you. The two kept persuading. Granny Nu was left speechless by this scene. You three, this is forming a gang. Cultivate well, but you have turned it into an internal struggle. Can you cultivate well and stop thinking about those messy things? Hey, the three of them really disappointed me. Now, cultivation is the most important thing. Other things can be left behind. Sisterhood is deep, that is your internal matter, don't bring it up to talk about it. Haha, isn't this great? Chen Qingtian laughed and said, observation hockey won't be able to awaken in a short time, and needs an opportunity. The fight between the three of them may become an opportunity for awakening. If they catch the opportunity, they will wake up soon. The three of them have good talents, but they are just a little bit unlucky. Grandma Nu believed what Chen Qingtian said, but she was in a hurry. The things that can't be rushed, the more anxious she is. Time is limited. The sooner you can learn it, the sooner you can master it. Observation hockey, you must be skilled in future battles, you may not be proficient, but you must know it. Aren't I worried about them? In case, you say that some of them cannot awaken, don't you? Chen Qingtian pressed his hand. Haha, you don't have to worry about this, old girl, you have to trust the three of them. Give them confidence that they can do it. Don't be skeptical and don't think they can't do it. Children need confidence. I know, but Granny Nu trusted the three of them fully, but sometimes, her head was always thinking about all kinds of messy things. She didn't want to think about those things, but they kept coming up. She lost her mind about watching the play, and she became more and more anxious. On the contrary, it was Chen Qingtian, who didn't mean to be in a hurry. There are some things that cannot be rushed. The more anxious you are, the more mistakes you will make. We have to be patient, old sister, they are still young and need to wait patiently. I can't eat hot tofu in a hurry, wait slowly, old girl, it's only the first day, what are you anxious about? The sisters of the three are deeply affectionate and bring them joy. Backstab each other, unite with each other, and fear each other. 3 people, 9 hearts, no one knows what they are thinking. The alliance is just to overcome the immediate predicament. Next time, maybe a different joint program. Hancock, need to get through the crisis. It is rare to find an opportunity to split them up, so how can we not make a move? The alliance between Sister Sonia and Sister Garud needs to be separated, and they cannot be kept together. After being bullied for so long, it's time to stand up. I can't be bullied all the time, I want to stand up. Accept their request first, separate them, and let them fight among themselves. When my strength can crush the two of them, I don't need to care about the two of them. At that time, whether you unite or not has nothing to do with me, Hancock. I will still beat you up, but now, I have to be hypocritical. Sister Sonia, have you thought about it? Who do you want to unite with? Hancock urged her sister to make a quick decision. Garud stared at Sister Sonia. You have to think about it, sister is waiting for you. Sonia looked at Sister Hancock, and then at Sister Garud. Although she couldn't see her, the look in her eyes already showed that she knew the location of the two. Falling into hesitation, she quickly had an answer. Turning around, he said to Sister Garud, Sister, let's join forces to fight against Sister Hancock. It's too dangerous to seek skin from a tiger. It's better for my sister to be safer, at least I have the ability to resist my sister. The elder sister's strength is too strong, she can't take risks. Sister Garud said excitedly, Haha, Sister Sonia, your choice is right. I will protect you, sister, and won't let my sister hurt you. Hancock snorted, she smiled and said, Sister Sonia, you made a wrong decision. Really bad decision, you will regret it, Sister Sonia. Then, Hancock said to Sister Grud, My dear Sister Grud, do you want to join forces with me? Garud wanted to refuse. Hancock continued, Sister Garud, you have to think about it, my sister doesn't like people rejecting me, especially you. Let's join forces to deal with your sister Sonia. She hesitated just now and wanted to betray you, which means that her heart already wants to betray you. You should think clearly. When the time comes, she will betray you, and you will suffer. That. As for my sister, I treat smart people very kindly, and I won't beat you up. Sister Garud, you should think about it. The conditions are the same, and even, you can raise conditions. Let's join hands, Sister Grod. As soon as these words came out, Sonia's face changed drastically. She didn't expect her sister to come up with a trick to get rid of the fire. Damn, I missed a step. Sister Garud, don't believe my sister's words, she is scaring you, don't believe her. I'm in a hurry. Sonia is in a hurry, she is afraid that Sister Garud will go to her sister, and she will be alone when the time comes. The battle of the three can write a new 3 kingdoms. 3 people, like 3 countries, fear each other and persuade each other. They stand on 3 legs, unite with each other, and defeat each other. Who will break the balance, is it Sonia or Gorid? Obviously, Garud was facing a choice, and she was thinking hard. She had a chance to choose, and she was no longer the panicked person. The feeling just now went to Sister Sonia. Sister Sonia must be panicking, haha. Laughing inwardly, Garud enjoys the beauty of the moment, and someone wants me too. It feels so good to be needed by others. The sisters are vying for themselves. One can imagine the importance of oneself. Ahem, Sister Sonia, do you have anything else to say? If not, then I choose Sister Hancock. You go alone. Sonia had one last chance to struggle. She wanted to save Sister Garud, otherwise, she would face the beating of 2 people. Sister Garud, have you thought it through? Sonia didn't hold back, and said flatly, if you want to join forces with Sister Hancock, then you go, sister, I don't care. Play hard to get. Let you go first, not stop you, nor retain you. Gorid was stunned by Sister Sonia's move. What's going on, shouldn't you keep me? Just push me away. What do you mean? Sister Sonia, are you not afraid that I will join forces with Sister Hancock? Once we join forces, you will be the first to hit. No, it should be said to help you awaken observation hockey. Sonia shook her head. Sister Garud, if you have the idea of joining forces with Sister Hancock, no matter how much I try to persuade her, it's useless to persuade her, it's better to let go than to persuade her. I let go, you take off. Go ahead, girl. To fulfill your wish, you can't stay. Hancock. Well, you Sonia, 36 tricks are playing very well. Sister Garudo was bluffed, she worried a lot. The more you are like this, the more Garudo thinks. The characters of the 2 sisters are clear to each other. Sonia caught a trace of Garud's doubts, thus capturing her mind. Sister Garud, go, my sister won't blame you. Sister is fine by herself, Sister Hancock can be alone, and so can your sister Sonia. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine, Grod. Hancock. In a way, Sonia's brain is flexible, and she is not using her brain all the time. Compared with the reckless Gorid, he is much calmer. At critical times, she was able to analyze the pros and cons, starting with her character. Sister Garud, my sister can live a good life by herself, at most it's just being beaten, it's okay. When the time comes, you and your sister should be gentle and don't beat your sister to death. My sister is weak and can't bear too much torture. Sister Garud, will you be cruel? In one sentence, Sister Garud's heart hurt, her heart softened. I can't imagine Sister Sonia's life without her own life. Will she be sad if she gets beaten up? That was her sister Sonia, the sister who had always protected her. From childhood to adulthood, he will protect her. Now, he wants to leave her. Grodd choked up, and she stared at her sister, although she couldn't see it. She could feel the sadness of Sister Sonia, and she, at the moment, was very sad. Her own departure may cause her to collapse. Sister Sonia. Sonia waved. Go, Sister Garud, you go. Don't look back, my sister is afraid that you can't help it. Don't worry, go and chase your dreams, my good sister. The last sentence, my good sister, Gerudo couldn't hold back anymore. She trembled. Sister Sonia. Sister Gerudo. Sister Sonia. Sister Gerudo. The two are sisters. Here, no Hancock thing. The two barely hugged each other. Look at each other affectionately. Don't need to see each other's eyes. Feel with your heart, and feel the emotions from their hearts. The two of them are inseparable, no matter who comes. Sister Sonia, my sister will not leave you. Sister Garud, my sister doesn't want to let go either. Sister Sonia. Sister Gerudo. Elder sister. Younger sister. A disgusting scene appeared, they approached each other and hugged together. Perhaps, at this moment, they are the most compatible. Two people, not separated. The two hugged tightly. After a long time, they let go, and the two held each other's hands. At this moment, they will not be separated, external force cannot separate them. They look at each other affectionately. Cloth to cloth, their hearts feel each other's hearts. Nothing can stop them from uniting their hearts. Hancock in the distance interrupted them. Ahem, I said you two are almost done, it's disgusting. Can you be normal? Your sister and I are still here, what kind of sisterly love are you performing there? Can you take a good look at me, I am also your sister. Why isolate me, target me? Don't you think of me as your sister in your heart? Grodd. Sonia. My sister is jealous and jealous. The two looked at each other and laughed. Hancock frowned. Since Sister Garud is unwilling to cooperate with Sister Sonia can only choose Sister Sonia. Sister Sonia, have you considered it? Do you want to join hands with Sister? As soon as these words came out, Grodd was shocked. She stood up, pointed at Sister Hancock and said, HMPH, Sister Hancock, stop dreaming. Sister Sonia will not join forces with you. Sister Sonia has decided to join forces with me. Your tricks can't separate me from Sister Sonia. I advise you to give up your heart. Then, the hand loosened. Sister Sonia let go of her two hands and distanced herself from her. Separate and keep your distance. Sorry, we don't know each other well. No, Sister Sonia. What are you doing? Garud said anxiously. We agreed to join forces, what are you doing? Grodd was shocked by Sister Sonia's actions. Scared, panicked, worried. Sonia said. I'm sorry, my dear Sister Garud, sister, I have been threatened, and I don't want to. I won't listen, I won't listen, I won't listen. Garud kept shaking his head. Sister Sonia, how could you abandon me? We clearly agreed to be together, but at the critical moment, you actually abandoned me. Sister Sonia, where is your conscience? I decided to be with you, and I rejected Sister Hancock, you give me a knife. Backstab me. Sister Sonia, are you still human? Dear Sister Garud, your Sister Sonia was forced, and Sister Sonia didn't want to. Sonia put on a face that I was forced. You don't want to trouble me, it's Sister Hancock's trouble. I don't want to, but Sister Hancock keeps threatening me, I'm so scared. Therefore, I can only cast aside the darkness and turn to the light. Garud turned his head and asked, Sister Hancock, did you persecute Sister Sonia? Hancock blinked. No, honey, don't listen to other people's slander. Your Sister Hancock never threatens or persecutes others. Everything you do has nothing to do with my concubine. All of a sudden, put aside the relationship, it has nothing to do with me, don't slander me. It may be that my personality is too strong, which caused my sisters to choose to join forces with me. Sometimes, it is not a good thing for people to grow up too beautiful. Grodd. My good sister, can you stop being smug? Just you little brat, what are you beautiful about? Even if it's stinky, can you wait 10 years before it's stinky? Did not see. Sister Sonia, tell me why you betrayed me. Your betrayal is like a thorn, piercing my heart severely. I gave up everything for you, but you gave up everything, including me. What about your conscience? Where did you go? Was it taken by a dog? Sonia covered her eyes. Sister Garud, I said I was deceived, do you believe me? Damn Sister Hancock, for not helping me out. You still have to blame me, damn it. Hee, Sister Sonia, do you think I will believe it? Do I look like a fool? Although I am a little silly, I am not stupid. Okay. Very good, Sister Sonia, you betrayed me first, don't blame my sister for being rude. Garud spoke harshly, and then asked Sister Hancock. Sister, do you want someone else? Self-referral. Sister, let's fight together. It was you who abandoned me first, don't blame my sister for my unscrupulousness. Oh, what do you say? Hancock asked with a smile. Sister Hancock. What do you think of me, sister? Garud recommended himself. Sister, I must be better than Sister Sonia. I can do what she can do, and I can do what she can't do. Sister Hancock, instead of choosing Sister Sonia, you should choose me, my sister. I am more suitable for you than Sister Sonia, Sister Hancock. Sonia frowned. Hey, Sister Garud, what do you want to do? Digging my corner, you dig in my face, are you not giving me face? Do you know what the consequences of your sister's anger are? Sister Hancock, we agreed, you can't go back on your word. Remind you, you and I are united, you cannot unite with others. This is the principle, this is the rule. Hancock spread his hands. My dear Sister Garud, you heard it, it's not that my sister doesn't want to join forces with you, but that I can't do anything about it. Not my problem, I want to join forces with you. It's no wonder your sister Sonia got in the way. If you are dissatisfied, go to your sister Sonia. It is clear that Hancock really lived among thousands of flowers, and not a single leaf touched his body. Sonia mocked. Sister Garud, don't think about it, since Sister Hancock agreed to join forces with me, it is impossible to join forces with you. Sister's reputation can be trusted, don't use your bean-sized head to think about Sister Hancock. With your brain, you can't beat me, Sister Garud. Give up, accept the care of the sisters obediently. HMPH, I don't believe it, Sister Hancock won't abandon me. Grodd firmly believed. Sister Hancock, you're going to want me, aren't you? Look forward to. Hope. Eager. I'm not the one who got dumped, and I don't want to. Hancock shook his head. I'm sorry, my dear Sister Garud, there is nothing I can do. How about next time? My sister will join forces with you next time, how about it? This time, it is impossible. Others are faster than you, who made you hesitate just now. You actually believed your elder sister Sonia's words, isn't this asking for trouble for yourself? To blame you can only blame you for trusting someone you shouldn't trust, Sister Garud. This sentence is somewhat suspicious of murder. What you do yourself, do it yourself. It's not that my sister didn't ask you, but you refused. Sister Sonia put her hips on her hips and laughed loudly. Haha, Sister Garud, don't think about it, our union cannot be separated by you. Dear Sister Garud, you have to enjoy it. Sister Hancock, let's do it. The location of the three of them is known. Sonia was the closest to Garud, and there was a strong smell of gunpowder between them. Hancock nodded. Okay, Sister Sonia, hurry up, we must take good care of our sister. Sister Garud, we are coming. Are you ready? Sonia started, she wanted to beat her sister for a long time. It was a team before, and it was not easy to shoot. From the moment her sister stabbed her in the back, she had already decided to punish Sister Garud. Anyone, as long as there is a betrayal, she will definitely betray herself. Instead of letting her betray him, it is better to act first. I'm sorry, Sister Garud, let's take off. A sudden sneak attack, a slap, sent Garud's sister flying. Grodd's body approached Hancock. Sonia's thoughts were obvious, and she couldn't do it alone. Sister Hancock wants to watch a play, but it's impossible, so she either doesn't do it, or she does it together. She wasn't going to give Hancock's sister and sister the chance to team up, at least not today. Sister Hancock, catch it. Hancock can't do it if he can't figure it out, but she is going to do it after all. Here we come, Sister Sonia. After catching Grodd, he returned a critical blow. Grodd hasn't landed yet, man, he flew out. Came to Sonia again. Sonia smiled at Garud. Dear Sister Garud, are you happy? Go you. They seem to be able to perceive the location of Grodd. Observation hockey is not awakened, but their 5 senses are keen. He noticed the movement, but the main reason was that Garudo was making too much movement, so he couldn't figure it out clearly. Arriving at the location where Gorod landed, Hancock was already ready. With a wooden stick in his hand, he squatted halfway, with his knees slightly bent. Sister Garud, have you ever seen the light? The light is just ahead. Go chase the light, I will pinch my dear sister Garud. Swing the wooden stick and perform miracles vigorously. Let's go, Sister Garud. One stick, fly out. Another stick, come back. Go out and come back. After repeating it more than a dozen times, Garud was still flying around in the air. The two older sisters played with her like a ball and had no intention of letting her go. Just like that, flying around. Garud was numb, she was in pain, and they beat her everywhere on her body. The two of them were ruthless, and they didn't mean to cherish their sister. The next day. After a day of torture, Garud's nose was bruised and his face was swollen, looking like a pig's head. She rubbed her face, it was very painful, and the two sisters attacked him fiercely, trying to put him to death. Observation Hockey has only been training for 1 day, and she is almost disabled. Sister Hancock's misery, she realized that it turned out that this is the feeling of being bullied by two people. My sister persisted for so long, how did she spend it? Sister Hancock is so awesome, I can't take it for a day. It's too miserable. If it weren't for Sister Sonia, I wouldn't have been beaten. The previous practice was nothing more than playing tricks. Starting now is the real cultivation, hellish cultivation. In the words of the teacher, what you encountered before is nothing, but what follows is the beginning of torture. The three stood together, waiting for the teacher's instruction. Chen Qingtian took a glance as usual, and found that all three of them looked good, rosy and bloody. Papa, well, today's training is very simple. It's the same as yesterday. In the morning, exercise your body. Physical strength is the foundation. Put on weights for me and run for me. The load was heavier, and all three added weight. The weight of the three of them is now the same, Hancock, not lighter than them. From now on, they are the same starting line. Weighing it, Hancock looked embarrassed, it was so heavy. Sonia and Garud also had the same expressions, they were so heavy, and suddenly, they gained 10 caddies, which was a bit unacceptable. They are still children, why should they be treated like this? I just started to get used to the last load, and now I have to increase the load again. Teacher, let people live. The load is increasing too fast, teacher. That's right, teacher, can you let us relax for a while? Grodd had the biggest opinion. Teacher, I was so miserable yesterday, do I need to carry more weight today? All three had opinions, but they still put it on obediently. Chen Qingtian said, you don't want to increase the load? The three nodded, it was too uncomfortable. Yes, provided that you can do this. Stretching out his finger, Chen Qingtian walked towards the big tree, and there was a stone beside the big tree. A big stone, Chen Qingtian's finger, was inserted into it. Pull it out, there is a hole in the stone. The finger-sized hole, the three of them looked closer, looked at the hole, and then at Chen Qingtian's finger. Compare it, it is real, not fake. They touched the stone, and Garud wanted to try it too, but the result was tragic. My fingers hurt so bad I almost broke them. With a thin body and soft bones, it is impossible for Chen Qingtian to do this step. Teacher, how did you do it? Impossible, how can a person do this? That's right, teacher, you are too difficult for us. If you say smash it, both Sonia and Garudo are fine. After they transform, they can be smashed casually. But just like the teacher, leaving a finger hole on it without crushing the stone is extremely difficult, beyond what you know. Don't be discouraged. If you want to be like this old man, you still have to practice for 10 or 8 years. Chen Qingtian said, when your physical fitness can reach this step, it means that you can practice without carrying weight. This is the premise, if you can't meet it, don't try to be lazy. Hancock asked curiously, teacher, can I ask a question? You ask. Hancock asked, how many people have made it this far? Chen Qingtian thought for a moment, and said, how should I put it, there are countless people, just your teacher and the people I know can basically do it, even the disciples of the teacher back then, when they were about your age, they already did it. Up to this point. By the way, this step is the simplest and most basic step. In Marine, at least an officer with status can do it. Not Chen Qingtian bragging, but true. Basically, it's alright, it's just that you have too little knowledge. As soon as these words came out, the three bowed their heads. The teacher's words hit the three of them deeply. It turns out that they are so good. It's not as good as the general public, it's just a little better than some people on Jew Snake Island, that's all. Sonia bowed her head. Me. Us. Garud also bowed his head. Teacher, you are not lying to us, are you? Hancock looked up too, but she saw the teacher's eyes, and she understood. The teacher didn't lie, he told the truth. At this moment, she lowered her head again, clenched her fists and gritted her teeth. Okay, don't think about that, hurry up and train. Your tasks are heavy, you must make breakthroughs every day, otherwise, you will be nothing but cannon fodder in the future. Strength is the real strength. Your physical fitness is naturally weaker than that of men. It is precisely because of this that you need to exercise. Especially you, Hancock, your body is much weaker than the two of them. Even if you can keep up with the load, your physical fitness still can't keep up. Yes, Hancock replied. And you too, don't rely too much on Devil Fruit's ability. Zone Devil Fruit has brought you a strong physical fitness, which is your advantage. I hope you can train yourself in terms of physical fitness, and don't waste your exercise. At that time, even your sister couldn't compare, so it's funny. The physical fitness of Zone Devil Fruit must be stronger than that of other series of Devil Fruit. Especially in the early stage, there is no doubt about this. Many people, because of this, have neglected to exercise and thus lost their advantage. Just because you are strong, you have to exercise. Isn't it good to become stronger? Develop your own strengths, make up for your weaknesses, and become stronger, that's it. Is teacher. Okay, let's go, let's practice. Chen Qingtian waved his hand, and the three girls went to practice. At this moment, they have no complaints. It turned out that they were weak, but they thought they were strong. Compared with the outsiders, they are still too weak. Not even some marine minions, let alone strong ones. If they want to get rid of the shadow of childhood, they have a long way to go. And wanting revenge on the celestial dragons is even more distant. Hit them so they don't get bloated, they just make a little progress, thinking they are invincible. They're more motivated. Granny Niu reassured. They've improved too fast, and they're a little bloated. It's good to hit them a little bit. By the way, brother, your physical fitness is very pervert. Marine 6 Styles, Grandma Nu, who is knowledgeable, did not say it. She began to speculate about the relationship between Chen Qingtian and Marine. Is he Marine, or isn't he? Sister, don't guess my identity. I'm not a Marine, and I have nothing to do with Marines. Chen Qingtian said, it's not that I want to hit them, but I'm just telling the truth. The outside world is very, very big. They are too weak after all. If they have 1/10 of the strength of this old man doesn't have to worry about their safety. Granny Nu laughed loudly, haha. Believe it or not, who knows? Their pursuit is not so low, at least, surpassing you.